everybody, welcome back to Threeflings, the show, the only show with three tieflings. I assume. I just make up stories.
We haven't actually checked.
We have not confirmed that we are the only show with only three tieflings, but we're going to claim it. Anyway, I'm Jess. You might see me down in chat as Angry Nerd Girl. And welcome. Right off at the jump, I just want to say Black Lives Matter. If you are out protesting, please be safe. And we're going to have links to donate to Black Lives Matter, along with a couple other places in the chat. So look for Nightbot, just randomly telling you a few places to donate. And we love you, and thank you for joining us. So without further ado, let's meet our threefs, starting with Ink.
Hi, I'm Ink. I wasn't here last week, but I am here this week. I'm playing Ophelia, your warlock worshipping the fiend pact of the tome. I always want to say tomb, and I know that's not what it is, but it's like a knee-jerk reaction. And I'm here this week. It is very hot where I am, so I apologize if you guys can hear like one of two fans going in the background, and or if I just start chugging water like no one's business.
Gwendy.
I'm Gwendy B, and I play Idara, our resident fighty-bitey tiefling, and I'm also very toasty. It's only gonna get worse. It is June. But we're here and we're gonna do our best.
The threefs motto. It's also very hot in this room. Pack.
Hi, I'm Jess Pack. I am playing Euphoria, the Tiefling Bard.
But how
Sorry,
warm is the room you're in?
It's pretty toasty. My house, where I'm sitting right now, it gets the afternoon sun. So you might hear the background noise that is our floor unit AC anytime I unmute. So apologies in advance.
All right. Well, as you may have seen, we are playing Lost Gods by Natalie Wallace today. This has a content warning that we added. It's not in the book, but it is for mention of snakes, because I will be mentioning snakes. So if you do not want to hear about snakes, we love you anyway, and we'll see you next week where there are not snakes. So who would like to give us a previously on the Threeflings?
I'm not gonna, because I wasn't here, and I'm not even gonna pretend like I know what happened.
I can try. We went to a tavern and spent like an hour just talking to the tavern owner because we loved her and she was a lot of fun, but she was not super relevant to the plot, which she eventually told us was that there's a guy who was like, there's a ghost harassing my town, come and murder it, adventures please. And we were like, sounds good. So we went to that area and immediately stumbled across the guy who had like made the poster, and he was actively being attacked by a ghostly spectral person. And the Threeflings being Threeflings, after we scared the ghostly lady off, just all went like, what did you do to start this? We assume you did something, so what was it? And he was like, meh, nothing. And then the cleric he was with said that she had an idea for how to like lay the ghost to rest. And he was like, that's stupid. I want to go in and just burn the ghost, and that's how I'm going to fix it. And the Threeflings all went, no, we're going to go with the cleric idea. So we did. And then we showed up at the crypt where the ghost, banshee was, and fought off a bunch of undead, and let the cleric lady do her ritual to put the ghost to rest. And then it turned out that the guy who hired us to like get rid of the ghost had done a murder on her. And that's why he wanted to burn the body. So we were like, well, that's not cool. And then we told the whole town that he did a murder and had to convince everyone that just because he was nice didn't mean that he wasn't capable of doing that. And that was the bulk of the story. Yeah,
I was gonna say, nice.
He's such a nice guy.
But he's swell. He would never.
Give him a trial by combat.
He did. He made the mistake of when it sounded like we were winning the argument, he was like, no, I want a trial by combat, and got bodied pretty,
Like,
pretty
cool.
handily.
Right. So yeah, that's what happened. You get inspiration for it.
Thank you.
Pretty
We
sure
need
we
to
also
use our-
told him that the gods didn't smile on him on that
yeah.
day before
Yeah.
we killed him.
Yeah, because he was like, the gods are on my side or something, and we were just like, nope.
Not
It was
today.
very cool, and if you want to see how it actually went, you can watch the VOD on our YouTube channel, because our YouTube channel's caught up. So check it out for yourself.
Yay! Also, I love that you guys refer to anyone like getting beat up by you guys as getting absolutely bodied.
There's only 2 ways that our fights go, and both ways are quickly.
Our dialogue, however, is not.
Yeah, the hour we spent talking to the tavern owner because we were convinced she was a retired adventurer and we wanted to hear what her backstory was not fast.
Yeah, we were foiled by Jess. We thought she knew something.
Oh my
We
god.
were convinced.
You guys
What?
just like talking to people. That's what I've learned.
I tricked you?
No, you didn't trick us. We just thought that the old tavern lady had a fun backstory, and we wanted to know what it was.
She's like, I don't know, this is a Wendy.
She's like, I just like stories.
Stories and cats.
I mean, she's my future goals. So, Shy has gone on her way, as she does. And Ophelia, what have you been up to? We kind of assume sometimes that you're along, but have you been along, or did you wander off on
I mean-
froggy duties?
I'm assuming that I don't know if H has been delivered yet to the sanctuary, because I probably
Yes.
would have.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say I probably would have gone along with her if Shy was not going to.
Yes, she was delivered, and then Shy came back.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Shy. Because I was gonna say if anything, I would have escorted her, like the last little bit of the way.
Okay.
But given that that is not the case, I'm going to assume that I read a map wrong and just completely missed where we were supposed to go.
Oh no.
And now I am here with the magic of fantasy series.
Dress said maybe you hung out with Vittori, which I think is also
Oh yeah,
possible.
that's totally fair.
Yeah, I feel like it's a poor reflection on Euphoria and Adara's parenting skills if Ophelia just like took a wrong turn and then they didn't bother to go look for her for like 2 weeks.
I
I don't think Euphoria would have done that. Normally, when you're gone, Ink, I try to make mention of you doing something. But
Okay,
we
cool.
just didn't do it last week.
I was gonna say, I'm just imagining I'm like that kid that gets left at like Target in that like Splatoon poster. He's like, my mom left me at Target.
I'm imagining you as the target monkey right now.
Oh no.
Target monkey.
The monkey that was in the really fancy coat that got abandoned at Target or Walmart. Anyway, it doesn't
I'll Google
matter.
this in my off time.
It's like several years old news story. Anyway, so what you knew was that you were all en route to Axelholm, but it's a while away. So you're still en route there. So you can meet up in the village of Madeira, which is at the intersection of 2 major rivers. You'll see I was confused. Rebus and Seda.
Ah.
So yes, this is where you meet up, is at on your way or just outside of Madeira, which is on the way to Axelholm, about 2 days away.
All right. I mean, are we like settling down for the night? Is that?
I didn't know
Were
if
we
you
like
wanted.
summoned here?
Yeah. Why are we here?
It's just on your way to Axelholm, which is where you are headed to, because Adara knows there's a mission in Axelholm.
All right.
It's always like Adara knows somebody. That's
Adara
why
has
we're here.
ear to the ground. She has
does.
contact.
It's a class feature. It's not a class feature. It's a background trait thing.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep going until it's...
Yeah, so Adara's just like, all right, we got more assholes who need help. But that's a couple days out, so we can hang out here, do some shopping or something, take in the local scenery.
So as you happen upon this small village, you can barely make out more than the thatched roofs that peek over top the 5-foot-tall stone wall that surrounds the village. The entrance is a 10-foot-wide gap within the wall, which is unmanned, resembling more the entrance to a maze than a village. The unassuming entryway bears nothing to indicate the location, save for a small wooden plaque on the right-hand side, which in large block letters says Matera.
I feel like having a wall surrounding your village, like that protection is kind of negated if you just have like an opening.
I mean, you know, like if you're gonna get invaded, then funnel the invaders into a defensible choke point, right?
But like there's no one standing guard. How are they gonna know?
Yeah, I don't know.
This seems poorly thought out, even by my standards.
Would
Maybe
you
the
like
wall's
to
for
inspect the wall?
Maybe it's for wind.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Give me a perception check on the wall.
That is an 18.
Euphoria got a 10.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll too?
If you want to,
Okay, yeah.
or if you just want to shade the wall, then
We're all
you can
talking
just...
about it. I feel like we're
It's a
looking at it.
15.
Okay.
It's not that bad.
So Euphoria and Ophelia, you notice that it's a 5-foot-high stone wall with a big gap, and there's something weird about it that you can't quite make out. Adara, you notice that the stone wall is not quite flat on top. In some places, it's taller than 5 feet, going up to 6. It's a very uneven stone wall, and it's in segments where previously, you know, usually see a stone wall made in like stone bricks.
Mm-hmm.
This one seems to be in elongated shapes. It's hard to make out, but it looks almost like a wall made out of statues that are blended together, or some sort of very worn away humanoid figures.
I'm gonna get closer and examine the person wall.
Okay. It looks like a ravaged by time. You can like roll to investigate it closer if you want.
Sure. I assume that's investigation?
Sure.
All right.
Or nature if you want.
Is magic pouring off of it?
They're the
Are
same.
these statues
Uh,
enchanted?
So 17 for
Okay.
either. They're the same bonus.
You would guess, given by the crumbling and decay on the wall and what you know of the natural world and how weather wears on stone, that this wall's been here about 100 years.
Okay.
It may have been statuary at one point.
When you say it may have been statuary, can you explain what you mean?
It looks like humanoid figures all smashed together to make a wall.
Weird.
Like statues of humans and dwarves, humans of various sizes, all like mushed together and then stuck with, I can't think of the word. I'm like, with cement. You know, like they had, like
fantasy cement.
Yeah,
Sure.
like sovereign glue. And
Molding? Is that the word?
what?
Molding?
Yeah,
Mortar.
that works.
Mortar. There you go.
Mortar.
Mortar, thank you.
Sure, that seems right. Okay.
But it's worn away over the years.
Okay.
Like you would not look at this and be like, wow, what a beautiful array of statues. You'd be like, what a weird wall.
What a lumpy wall. Okay.
Exactly.
Come back to the group and be like, the wall is made of statues.
That's thrifty.
That seems like a waste of statues.
You know, I guess if you've got a lot of extras. But that explains the height. I guess.
Can I poke my head through like the section of wall that has like the gap in it and like look inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's on the other side of this wall?
You see a fishing village. There are 2 rivers, and smack in the middle of the town, at the crux of the rivers, that word was written for me because I was about to say the crossing point. At the crux of the rivers is a large cave. You see 100-ish huts and small structures on either side of these rivers, and a couple docks, not ducks, but like docks and boats around, a couple fields for crops, and some people walking around. You see one of the the buildings has a sign hanging on it that has an anvil. One has a sign on it that has a goose that is golden, sitting next to an egg, and the egg has an arm out and is holding a bug. And there is another place that has like wheat, and another place that seems to have like a sign that has like a physician's file or a mortar and pestle. I'm like, the apothecary sign.
All right.
Well, shall we hit up the tavern?
Sure. I'm reassured to see that there are people walking around, because for a minute there I was just like, all right, this is haunted.
How are the rivers coming into the town? Are there like little inlets in the ground, like under the wall, that are allowing the water to flow through?
Yes.
Okay. Because I was very confused for a second. I'm like, if there is a wall, how is there water?
All right. We will go to Untitled Goose Inn to steal Draz's joke.
I want to check, because I'm fairly certain the golden goose was the bar in Shrek. That's all I'm going to think about.
As you walk into town, some of the townsfolk look at you and start to whisper among themselves. Others get really excited and just like, oh, newcomers, welcome. Hey, haven't had newcomers in a while. Welcome to Madeira. Are you here to trade? Are you here to trade?
We're just passing through. We just need a place to stop for the night.
Oh, well, you'll probably want the Golden Goose Inn and Tavern. That's the place with the goose and the egg with the beer on it. But are you sure you're not here to trade?
Who's this asking questions?
A guy with a fishing pole and a pack on his back.
We don't really have a whole lot of goods.
What do you
we
have?
don't really. We tend to travel light.
What do you have?
Well, we don't have much, to be honest. Well, first we ran out of fish, and our river's starting to get damn near undrinkable. He starts to scratch his ear and goes, most of the crops have withered and died for lack of water, and then our cows started to die. But the stores still have some goods, so I thought maybe if you brought some food, I could trade you some.
Do y'all have a run-in with a hag?
Made.
What did he say? He said something, because I was hearing before you say, did you guys ever run into the hag? What did you say?
I could trade you some. I could give you my fishing pole. So there's no more fish. I could trade you my fishing pole for some food.
I think we're good, but have you guys, like, I don't know, is there neighboring town that you'd be able to set up some kind of deal with? Like, we're 3 people. We're not going to show up with a town's worth of food.
Well, we used to have a really good. Sorry, I should have introduced myself. My name's Jethro. That's my shack over there, and he points to a small fishing house. But yeah, the village was doing decent. But we had some solid partnerships with Axel Home and Evinrude and Elm Glen. But well, since we don't have any fish or cows or wheat or sheep or corn or cotton anymore, well, they're not really interested.
How do you guys survive out here?
Well, that's the thing. As soon as we can get the goddess to bless us again, it'll all come back.
What goddess?
Oh, well, she created the village.
And her name?
Oh, Medusa. She lives in the cave. But we've never met her, but she's beautiful. Most beautiful creature in the whole world. She's graceful, and she created this whole village. But I don't know why. We must have made her mad or something. But well, people have been going into the cave, haven't really come back. So we must not have brought the right offering. But
What do you normally give her as an offering?
songs, money, food, poems,
Oh,
gems,
so
whatever.
You just
But
bring her
people
whatever.
actually, well, there's a statue of her in the front, see, but for the first time, well, in my lifetime, people went in the cave to talk to her and see, like, what are we doing wrong, Your Holiness? And they haven't come back yet.
How long ago was that?
Well, people have been going in and out for a couple of months now. Fish started dying about 6 months ago.
Can I insight check him?
Yeah.
He's acting kind of squirrely. And by what I mean by that is that his attention's not really focused, and I want to see if there's like maybe somebody who's like looking over at our group, like making eye contact with him since we're strangers. Ooh. Roll 20. Did you roll? I got a 5.
Oh no!
It's begun.
It begins.
So you feel like he's squirrely,
Mhm.
but it also could just be that he hasn't seen strangers since people stopped trading.
Okay.
All right.
Like he hasn't seen an out-of-towner for months.
Oh, this poor dude. I want to see if, because of Ophelia's background in like studying the world, I don't know how to check if she has any knowledge of Gorgons.
Okay.
I don't know what that would be.
Probably a history check. That's the closest thing you get to a lore check in D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could give me a history or a religion check depending on how you're trying to swing that. If you're trying to see like about if people worshipped like Medusas, because we call Gorgons Medusas in this game.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that then. I'll see
Okay.
if like I have any knowledge of like what they do and or if they're actually like a worshipped thing.
Okay.
15, not bad.
Okay. You've not heard of people worshiping them.
Mhm.
Generally, what you know, people fear them.
Mhm.
But you do know that the origin of the Medusa was, and this is what I'm letting you do, religion was because of a woman who ran afoul of a god. And she was cursed into the Medusa form, which was a lady with snakes for hair. And she has a penchant or turning people to stone.
Okay, yeah. I want to turn to Jethro and be like, you guys aren't, like, scared of her?
Well, why would we be scared of the goddess? She made the whole town. She gave us the water full of fish and this bountiful land for crops and all of this bounty, and we've just been trying to please her. It's been prosperous since my grandpa's grandpa.
I mean, like, your walls are, like, made out of people.
It's a sign of the goddess. It's her gift for us that this was a safe place.
Can I make an insight check on that?
Or maybe she didn't
Thanks.
want you near her. And that's a
But, like,
warning?
the wall is people! And he's like, don't worry about it.
17 on the insight check.
So what are you trying to discern? If he's like full of shit?
I want to know if he believes what he's saying.
He
Because,
does.
okay. And then,
He
like,
absolutely believes that this wall is a gift designating a safe place.
and so, like, were the people not from the town? Where did she get these people to turn into statues for the wall? I will ask this as a follow-up question.
Well, oh no, they're not people. It's just stone art. See, she was saying, people come to me and I will keep you protected like you were in stone.
And he believes that.
Mhm.
Okay.
This
Can
man
I
has a
walk-
lower intelligence than me!
Can I walk over to the wall and just, like, place a hand on it and just stand there for 10 minutes and figure out if it's people magically turned to stone or if this is, like,
Sculpture?
masonry and stonecraft?
Let me see. Don't mind me. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh no.
Oh!
What have I done? I have touched the wall.
Ruh-roh. Now she knows we're here.
The wall is people!
Okay. Yes, you can do that. Sorry, I just had to
Soil
figure
it
something
granite.
Is it soil, granite, people?
Soil it. No, soiling granite.
out. Soil granite is people.
I was just gonna say, if Euphoria touches this wall and gets absorbed into the wall, I'm gonna be like, well, there goes the charisma of the group.
You're the warlock.
Yeah, you have
Whoa, is that-
I'm
charisma.
an 18! I'm on board!
And 18 is still very good.
That is very good. You still have a +4.
So wait, what were you just rolling for? Because I was looking something up.
Oh, I was ritual casting identify. So I was like touching my hand on
Okay.
the wall, and I was like, got my other hand up. One moment, please.
I'm just
And then,
imagining
like,
Euphoria
literally
walking
10
over, just,
minutes
like,
later.
smacking the wall.
I
No,
think
she went
Idara
smack
might-
the wall.
Idara might excuse this guy from the conversation if Euphoria is going to be casting a spell for 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Yeah, I was gonna say, what are the other two of you doing
Uh,
for 10 minutes?
I thank the guy for welcoming us to the town and tell him we will be going to the tavern later, and then hope that he can interpret that as a dismissal. And then I just kind of want to scope out the people who are like whispering about us.
Okay. Yeah, give me a perception check on them.
Sure. Aw, man, I have advantage, but I rolled a 5 and a 4, so 10.
Okay. You overhear a few words. It's hard to say. It's not hard to say. It's hard to discern exactly what they're saying. You hear outsiders.
Mm-hmm.
You hear disappearances. And you hear Cassandra.
Okay.
While Euphoria's over there smacking the wall and Adara's like sneaking around listening to people talk about us, I would like to check the water to see if there are any obvious signs of like poison in the water that would have caused
Okay.
the fish to die.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess give me a nature or survival check.
Oh, both of those are not good.
Or you can do detect poison and disease if you have that.
I do not, because why would I pick anything useful? Oh, that's not that bad. That's a 20. I rolled an 18. Thank you,
Hey.
Di. You're actually being nice to me tonight.
Okay. The water does not appear to be tampered with in any way.
Okay.
In fact, I will straight up tell you, the water is not tampered with.
Okay, so it's like flowing like normal. There's nothing like weird in it. Okay, noted.
It's not potable, but
Okay, so you
it's
can't
not
drink it.
poisoned.
Okay.
So
So
it's sludgy and filmy in a way. There's no life in it. It is kind of gross and polluted, but mostly just, I don't want to say scummy because even like pond scum is alive in a way, but like it's not a teeming with life, clean, clear river like Jethro described, full of fish. This is like a waterway that you would be like, really? That's a river?
Yeah. Okay.
Or
Is
like
there
a
like
nasty ooze creek.
yeah? Is there like visible trash in the water,
Mm-mm.
like nets and stuff, or is it just like thick gelatinous lake?
It's not like a gelatinous cube lake, but you know, it's just like gross, icky water.
Yeah. Don't
you know,
lick
that
the
like
water.
green, fuzzy water.
Algae. Yeah.
I'm not an outside girl. Yes, algae.
Okay. Noted.
I got notes back today on a forest adventure that was like, this, you don't generally say the entrance to the forest. And I was like,
And then we have like
Cute.
Jess, who
you can
literally went to
kinda just
college
go
for plants.
anywhere. I was like, oh.
You're adorable and I love you.
Like I said, we also have Pack, who literally went to college for plant.
I know.
It's fine. The entrance is wherever you put it.
The entrance is wherever you enter.
Mhm.
The other thing that was an obstacle, and they were like, why don't they just like go around? And I was like, oh.
Whoops.
There's trees in the way.
Because there's so many trees.
Oh.
I live inside.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk over to Adara and be like, well, like, there's not anything super wrong with the water. Like, you shouldn't sip from it, but it's okay. I don't see why the fish would have died.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll figure out more as we talk to people who are maybe a little less that
Confused?
much.
Euphoria.
Yeah.
So your identify spell can tell you what magic is affecting something.
Yes. Tell me what I spy with my magical eye.
So this is a very old curse. It is, there's too much, you sense that this is a kind of thing that at one point could have been, not a curse, sorry, but a spell. Very, very old spell that at one point could have been removed with some kind of restoration magic. But at this point, what you identify is that using greater restoration on this would just make a pile of like dust and skellies.
Yeah, Euphoria's just gonna like take her hand off the wall, look at it, and then just like wipe her hand on her pants. It's just like and then walk over to Adara and Ophelia and she's like, I don't know. I don't want to alarm you.
Is the wall people?
The wall's dead people.
Oh, yeah, I literally just said that. Sure. Yeah, no, duh, the wall that looks like people's made out of people where the town worships a Medusa. Who would have guessed?
Well, I mean, there was a sliver of hope that maybe their stonemason was practicing on statues and they decided not to waste material.
Yeah, that guy
but-
seemed convinced that they weren't people, so
yeah.
That man also seems convinced that the Medusa's gonna cure everything.
yeah, but there was a chance.
There was a small sliver of hope, which has now been doused.
Tiny.
I think,
So-
maybe we should go to the tavern and see who's who in the town and why they thought, especially any other magic users, because that can't feel right living in a town
No.
walled in with people.
When we go to the tavern, keep an ear out for someone named Cassandra. I overheard some people mention her name, but I couldn't hear any more details. They're real whispery in this town. Also, something about people going missing, which is probably related to the cave, but
Probably
Well-
also related to the massive wall of people.
that was a long time ago. This wall is at
yeah.
least 100 years old.
But like,
I think
they
it
can
might be
keep-
older than that, because I
They-
think if yeah.
Don't they have to keep like reinforcing the wall
Based
so it
on
doesn't fall apart?
based
Yeah,
on what
so-
I saw from looking at the wall, DM Jess, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't seem like any of the statues were notably like fresher than any of the other ones, right?
Nope.
All right, yeah.
It's all about 100 years old.
So these people went missing like 100 years ago, but I think their next of kin have moved on.
And you don't know. Some people are just like, "Oh no, Grandpa's still missing."
Nah, fuck Grandpa.
Let's set up shop.
We
Maybe
can't
Grandpa-
leave until he comes back.
Put that on a T-shirt. Fuck Grandpa, no.
No.
Oh.
All right, so tavern?
Yeah, that's my vote.
Yeah.
I need a drink after that anyway. So like, before still wiping her hands on her pants.
Yeah, maybe some soap.
Wash your hands, folks.
Yeah.
I mean, the wall isn't like dirty. I mean, it's
No,
dirty
it's-
outside.
Well, no,
dirty
it's
from
It doesn't
the
feel
inside.
like
Well,
you
no,
touched
it's just
flesh.
well, I know that. It's just the idea that the wall is made of people just really kind of freaks her out.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Ophelia is very much not cool with it.
Oh. All right. So you pass by on your way to the tavern. You pass by what you saw before, which was like a blacksmith, an apothecary, and a general goods store.
Do we pass by any more people who are whispering? And if so, what languages are they speaking?
A couple people just kind of look at you. Some smile and wave. A few ask if you're like here to trade, and some more whisper, all in common.
Okay.
Can I hear anything new from the whisperers?
Roll me a perception check. Let's find out.
Statistically speaking, it should go better. Yeah, that's a 1 and a 19. I'll take the
Yeah.
19.
God, 2 different options.
So, 24.
Okay. You hear some of them saying, "Oh, Cassandra must have sent for them," and someone else saying, "Oh, are they going to the Cave of Wonders? Yes, they're going to save us." Stuff like that.
Cave of Wonders.
Y'all have
Alright.
a lot of misplaced trust.
All right. Good to know.
And eventually, you make it to the Golden Goose. Which is a 2-story building. And inside, there are portraits of the goddess. A statuesque, gray-skinned woman with snakes for hair and bright red eyes. She's wearing gray robes and is making like beckoning gestures.
So does it look like the portrait's done by the same artist, or is it done by different artists?
Different
But-
artists over time.
But she looks the same in every photo.
Different
like,
like
portrait.
postures, but very benevolent, smiling face.
I don't understand how they're
Like implied benevolence or just like
She looks happy,
feigned?
and
Okay.
at her feet are like fruit. Her arms are overflowing, and some of them with fish. In others, she's holding out grain, standing over rivers, and like bestowing gifts, kind of thing.
All right.
In one of them, each of the snakes has a little fish in its mouth.
How are they painting pictures of her if they look at her and immediately just go boop, become part of the wall? Like what?
Maybe you just can't make eye contact. Or it's, just different artistic interpretations of like a character everyone talks about but doesn't see.
Inside the tavern are 4 people, not sitting together. There are 2 in a group and 2 people sitting alone, nursing an ale. And behind the bar is a young half-orc woman. And as soon as you walk in and scope out these Medusas on the wall, she goes, "Newcomers! Come on in. Have a round on me. Have a seat.
Thank you for your generosity.
That's immediately so.
Yep.
You're very excited to see us.
Tarragon Single Arrow. Welcome to the Golden Goose and Tavern."
Are you the proprietor?
She kind of stands up. "I am. Took over this establishment from a pap when he passed. But here, what's your pleasure?"
You are super enthusiastic.
She says, "Well, gotta be enthusiastic to run a tavern in a small town. So
Yeah,
so nice to have new people in here."
Yeah, I'll order something. I was hostile at first and then remembered that she works in customer service, and I'm now like, all right. I've been there.
Yeah, Ophelia just wants a glass of water that she can split between her phoenix bloom and herself.
Should splurge to get 2 glasses.
Hydrate.
Yeah, we do have a little bit of potable water left. So I would recommend that you stick to the fermented substances, but I can get you some water.
I was gonna ask if you guys have milk, and then I realized you probably don't if you don't have livestock.
No, we don't have any milk anymore. We're starting to run out of butter. But that's okay, because you're here. So what can I get for you? We've got some beer, we've got some mead, we've got some whiskey. I even have some of that fire whiskey that's spiced.
Sign me up for that one.
Same.
She brings out 2 glasses of water for Ophelia and 2 shots for each of you. And she goes, "Here's a little trick." And she lights them on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I have fire resistance. I'm just going to pound it.
Yep.
It's cinnamon whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Ophelia have purify food and drink?
I do not.
Okay.
I'll have to check. I don't know if I get it. I don't think I do.
Okay.
No, I think
that's a cleric spell.
Oh, okay.
Cleric, druid, and bard, I think.
Yeah, I don't think because
Maybe
warlocks are
ranger.
usually evil, hurt things, da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, no, I don't get it.
Okay.
Good hurt things.
Hurting, but in a good way. Consensual hurting.
Hurting,
Maybe
but only because you
wizards
deserve
get
it.
everything.
Gosh.
All right.
Wait, can I get her name again out of character? Because I totally missed it.
Tarragon Single Arrow.
That is
Great
cute.
name.
I love it.
Isn't
I love
tarragon
her.
like a...
Spice.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
like the spice.
Okay.
Single arrow, like one arrow.
This is cute. I love her.
Good.
So now that we're all friends,
Uh-huh.
got a little favor to ask you. Could you talk to our mayor. She's really nice, I swear. Cassandra's the best. But she's looking for some adventurers for help. Oh, were you summoned by her? Because she has had some adventurers coming into town. They all went missing. But, you know, they stopped coming, so I thought maybe she'd stopped. But you're here, so whether you were summoned by her, you probably want to see her. If not, it would be great if you could go see her and help her out.
You know, that was on our itinerary.
So
yeah,
were you
considering
summoned
we
by
spoke
her?
to
No.
we spoke to Jethro.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a sweetheart.
And he told us that y'all were having a little you were in a predicament.
Well, the goddess is mad at us for some reason, and we've been worshiping her the same as always. But yeah, for some reason we've been going to the Cave of Wonders just like we always do, leaving our offerings and having our worship, and but for some reason the fish died and the river's all grody and everybody then all the crops died and cows died and well, she must be mad, and it's gotten so folks are saying we gotta move, but that would just really make the goddess mad because you know she gave us this land. Everybody
How do you
says
know she gave you the land? Because from what we have picked up since we've come into town is that there's been warnings that maybe people shouldn't have settled here, and y'all ancestors decided y'all were going to settle here anyway, despite the warning.
well, if we weren't supposed to settle here, why would she give us this town?
But did
How do
she
you
though?
know she gave you
Did
the
she
town?
really,
That's what
though?
I'm asking. Is it in your like town's charter or something like that? Because that would be really helpful to know. Is that at the mayor's office or mayor's home?
Well, it might be. She's not there though. She's kind of gone missing too. But I'm sure you can find her. So the
You
funny
wanted
thing,
us to go talk to her at her house, but she's not there. She's missing too.
Cassandra?
That is burying the lead a little bit here.
Yeah, that's
I'm sure you'll find her.
in the
She's
cave.
really distinct looking. Well, she might not be in the cave. She's in her late 60s. She's got gray hair. She's got kind of a sad face. Her eyes always look tired, like she doesn't have enough to sleep. And she's always saying stuff like, Tarragon, wipe that smile off your face. It's not always happy, you know. So you'll find her.
She
Let's
seemed
What a fun character trait.
let's run it back a little bit. How long ago did she go missing?
Well, she's been calling adventurers, because about a few dozen of our folks went into the caves to talk to the goddess, and they didn't come back. And then the mayor, Cassandra, she lets me call her Cassandra. Most people have to call her Mayor Renato, but she was like, "Hey, let's not go into the Cave of Wonders anymore. We should send adventurers in there because the cave has trials in it, and only the goddesses chosen can make it through. So even though the goddess gave us this town, maybe adventurers who are more accustomed to trials can make it through."
But if y'all been leaving her gifts, the goddess gifts, and y'all never had to do a trial before, why all of a sudden are there trials?
Well, that's just what Cassandra said. She said there's trials to ensure that only the truly worthy can see the goddess. That's in the town charter.
How long has she been mayor?
This didn't answer my question about how long she's been missing.
Oh, she's been missing probably just, well, a day or two. She didn't stop by for coffee yesterday or today, but she was here 3 days ago. She came in for coffee, and she had a pack with her, and I thought she was going to find an adventurer, but then I didn't see her again. So I figured maybe she went to the cave to talk to the goddess herself, but she said not to do that, so I don't know if she would. She's been mayor. I don't know. We have elections every 4 years. She's been mayor for good 3 elections now since since before I could vote. So
A long
while.
time then. Okay. Is anybody gonna be bothered if we go to the mayor's house to go get additional information and maybe look at that town charter?
Well, she's not home. You can't go to people's houses when they're not home.
But you just said she was missing.
Yeah, you
and
can
if
when they're
people are
missing, and you're looking for information about where they went.
But if you find her, then you could get an invitation to her house. See?
Yeah, but
Wouldn't
We
it be
can't
nice
find
if you
her,
had
then
an
we can never get
introduction?
an invitation to go look for information as to where she went.
I'm just gonna
No, it's fine.
just
How
start
about-
drinking and wait for her
yeah.
to leave.
Yeah, Euphoria's just gonna go, well, we had a long day. I know things are a little tough right now, but I'm feeling mighty peckish myself. To try to get her to leave to go get food for
Oh,
us.
well, I could get you something to eat, but that's not on the house. Because we're friends, but we're not best friends.
Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Euphoria puts coins on the table. We're good.
So, but I will bring you the special for the cost of a regular dinner.
Thanks.
Thank you. Mighty appreciated.
When
When she
leaves-
walks
Go for it.
Whoa.
Idara just goes, we've been talking to her for 2 minutes and I'm ready to die.
I love her, but also I feel like I think we might have to do a little B&E tonight.
Yeah.
Again, why is all of this town so trusting? Like, they're... Oh my gosh.
I mean, I can understand why a town would be confused if some stranger showed up and said, are you sure you deserve to live here? And they hadn't really had that thought before. They might not be immediately receptive to it. So
Yeah, might take some time to. I guess I could have phrased it nicer, but
This whole town is very much not smart.
I mean, we've talked to 2 people.
yeah, it might be something in the water. Maybe it's not.
There's nothing in the
not
water.
natural.
I
No,
checked.
they haven't
There's
had any
nothing in the water.
Maybe it's the lack of water.
All right.
Oh, maybe.
But I think
Stay
we should
hydrated.
I think we should figure out where the mayor's house is and check it tonight and see if we can
Yeah.
figure out
'cause-
anything. There's like a, conveniently placed diary that's just like, Dear Journal, today I'm going to go into the cave. Got my
like
pack
that-
ready.
Like that case we worked a couple weeks ago where the man just kept a log of everything.
Gosh.
Oh, the one I wasn't there
That
for?
would be helpful. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
No, that's fine. He sounded like a piece of shit. So,
Yeah.
anyway.
I want to be polite, but also at the same time, oh my god, these people. Circles. We're going in circles.
Well, maybe we could get them to stop going in circles.
Seems like that's the only direction they know how to go.
I mean,
That's
when
fine,
you
we'll
live
just-
in a town with a people wall, I guess I can understand why you would never want to stray outside the circle.
So we'll
But-
just solve the problem without talking to everyone we meet. Like,
It'll be quicker for us.
Yeah.
And it'll save our patience.
mhm.
Ah.
We should solve more problems with B&Es, I think.
Uh,
Aren't you a bounty hunter? Like,
Yeah. How do you think I
That
find the? How do you think I find the people I'm looking for?
By
think they
giving
just-
an invitation to their house.
I'm not a vampire.
you still gotta follow the law. It's one thing if it came out of my mouth because I used to not do such
Look.
great things, but
Look, in Waterdeep, they don't really care as long as you bring them the person on the wanted poster.
mm,
That is fair. You are from a large city.
I'm proficient in thieves' tools for a reason.
well, same, but
Different reason.
different
With
reason.
criminals.
It's not a
Alright.
criminal if it's for justice.
Oh,
this
okay.
God comes back with meals for all of you.
Thanks.
And as you are having this loud conversation, the other 4 patrons here have started to notice you. One of them raises beer to you and just kind of toasts it. I can toast with my own beer, actually.
Yeah, Euphoria just goes, we're just kidding. We're not gonna do anything heinous tonight. I'm just like, we've had a long day on the road.
I reckon.
Oh, he's sassy.
Does he?
Does he like detest outsiders?
Was that meant to
Who is
be
this
like a
man?
"yuh, you're full of shit" sort of remark?
Just goes, you can give me an inside check.
Sure.
Yeah, I would
I am
like
all
to do
about
that.
assuming that people are about to pick a fight. Ooh, that's a 4, so 9.
Euphoria got a 21.
Is this for insight?
Okay,
Yes.
so Idara,
Oh, that's a.
I feel like he's a
That's a 14.
cranky-
Not that bad.
Okay, Idara is a cranky old man who wants to fight.
He's trying to start something. All right.
Ophelia, he's a grumpy dude who wants to enjoy a beer.
Mm-hmm.
No one enjoys beer.
Euphoria,
Mm-hmm.
the old man enjoying his beer who likes sassing you. He was just calling you on your shit, basically. There's an old man who's
Oh,
like,
I didn't
what
even
the
get to do a
fuck
deception
ever?
check.
Oh.
I said I didn't even get to do a deception check to lie to that man.
It's too
You
late.
can
He
if you
heard,
want.
he heard the whole thing.
You did hear the whole thing.
Oh. You gotta stop going to bars. I don't
Nah,
like
that's
people
fine.
in bars.
It's fine.
People in bars are fun when they mind their business.
Hey.
I agree.
Oh.
Mind your business, David.
Beer.
Oh.
Tarragon just goes over and gives him a refill. Goes, now be nice to my new friends.
We need to leave before I start going in circles.
So I think I'm good to skip ahead until later in the night.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We wait till everybody's asleep.
Yeah, I would like to see if we can like discreetly figure out where the mayor's house is, if it's not like immediately obvious.
I feel like it would be.
I was gonna say, I figured Adara's method was gonna be break into every house until we find the one that's empty.
That's
Yep.
not efficient. But like, you
It's
know, just
Adara.
hypothetically find someone else who wasn't in the tavern while we were having that conversation to be like, hey, we're supposed to go find Cassandra. Can you point us to her house?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, you can do that. You
Okay.
can find her house.
okay.
It's not very fancy. It just looks like one of the other houses, so you would have had trouble finding it otherwise, unlike the other mayoral palaces that you've visited.
So I guess because her house looks like every other house here, that there ain't no town charter. Euphoria's just like putting her hand to her forehead, going, "Oh Lord, we got our work cut out for us."
Do we? It doesn't seem like it really has a whole lot of a security system.
That was a sarcasm. That was sarcasm.
All right.
We have a lot of work to do.
I don't. Oh.
You doing this door in, or am I?
I want in. I'm gonna pop open the door. Discreetly, like.
discreetly, like, give me a thieves' tools check, please.
Sure.
You cannot break down a door discreetly.
I was gonna say, yeah, could you pop a door off its hinges discreetly?
No, like pop open the lock.
Be gay, do crimes.
Pop open a cold one with the boys.
I can do math, so proficient in thieves' tools, which is a dex thing, so that is 18.
Okay. Yes, you open the door and you find a lit house.
It's lit.
And there are 2 rooms that you can see on this floor.
Given that there's lights on, I think Idara's instinct is to immediately enter, like, stealth mode. Like, she was already trying to be discreet with the door because, like, you know, you don't want people on the outside seeing you, like, on your knees with lockpicks, like, I'm gonna get in. So, I intend to stealth in, although I recognize that more diplomatic people may want to announce their presence and pretend the door was unlocked or something. So, that opportunity is available to people.
Yeah, I think Euphoria's not gonna make like a big show of it. She's just gonna go, Mayor? What was the mayor's last name?
Renato.
Ronaldo? Mayor
Renato.
Ronaldo?
Spice. Another spice.
And then like
Is that a spice?
Renato.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought you
okay.
said anato.
Oh no, that is a spice.
Yeah, like little clove thingies.
Yeah, so like she'll just say Mayor Renato, and then if there's no answer, then she's just gonna like signal to Adar to like go in. Let's stealth.
All right.
Say nothing if you're being
So
robbed.
when you call for the mayor, a human woman
Mm-hmm.
in about her 80s comes over to you on a cane. She says, "Yes, dears, can I help you? Are you looking for Cassie?"
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Oh.
"Oh, she expecting you?"
We're adventurers, and we understand that there's a problem in town that needs to be solved.
"Oh, yes, she did say to watch for adventurers. Would you like a cup of tea? It's a bit late for calling. I thought I left the door locked."
We found it a little bit ajar, so we just wanted to make sure that nothing happened.
Just where's my head? Oh dear. Well, Cassie's been gone. I believe she was feeling bad about what had happened to the townsfolk, what had gone missing, and she's been hiding in a part of the cavern just above the river. She used to go there when she was a little girl, sweet thing. It was her little fishing hidey spot. But I think she's been feeling pretty bad these days.
About what? What's going on in the town? She thinks it's her fault?
Well, all the town, we might have to move. And then because the goddess will be angry with us. But I say she's already angry with us. So what's pissing off one lady gonna do? What's she gonna do? Starve us more? But, you know, the folk are upset. She doesn't want to make them angry. They already feel that we've been abandoned by the Medusa, that we angered her, and she can't help. So she feels bad that folk have gone missing, and she can't figure out what to do wrong. Don't tell her I told her this, dear. She wouldn't want me telling her business.
Oh
Sorry.
no, it'll be between us.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Who are you?
Oh, my name's Electra Renato. I'm her mom.
Oh, okay.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, dear.
So she's camping in the cave because she needs time to think?
Well, she goes there when she feels poorly. You know, she hasn't gone since she was a little girl. But there's this alcove just at the entrance that looks down. She used to fish there, bring back all sorts of fish from being my wife, you see. But, oh, bless her soul, she was a beautiful thing, Helen. Saucy girl she was. Did you want tea?
Sorry, I'm just processing that mythology nod.
Yeah, and then of course her wife's name is Helen.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that was the part where I was like, oh yeah, the pretty one? Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, what kind of tea do you have?
It's Fidel. And mint.
I'd like some mint tea.
Well, I can get that. Come have a seat in the parlor. I'll fetch you some tea. I'll start the kettle. She goes off on her cane.
Do we want to sit and have tea? Or do we want to go to the alcove before it gets too late?
I think we can ask a couple more questions and be polite since we did just be in somebody's house.
She doesn't know that.
I know she doesn't know that, but we know that, and we know better.
Adora, this isn't water deep.
That's also what we agreed to. So,
Yeah.
like, E4 is also just gonna, like, find a place where she can leave, like, several gold coins for Electra to stumble upon later for the inconvenience of us, like, just barging into her home.
Yeah, well, we go to sit in the parlor. I want to see if there are, like, any photos or any things that are, like, identifying of the house. If there's, like, books out, like, if there's a journal out on the table, if there are, like, photos of the family or stuff like that.
Like fantasy photos.
Yeah, like, fantasy
Paintings.
lithographs, the Daguerrean process. I don't know.
Yeah, in the parlor where you're here, there is like a picture of two beautiful women and a small girl in front of a statue of a Medusa. And the little girl's wearing a flower crown, and the Medusa is it's statue. I said that already. There's flowers all around her feet and like little coins.
Does the statue... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, ask your question.
Does the statue look like the same as the one in all the paintings from the tavern?
In this one, the arms are up, but yes,
Okay.
like Eva Perón arms.
Okay.
I was gonna say, in, like, the fantasy photograph, can I tell that, like, one of the, like, younger women is Electra? Can I pretty much figure that out?
Yeah, it's hard to tell because she's like in her 80s,
Yeah.
but you would gather from context clues that it's her.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, I really hope we didn't just walk into, like, a shape changer's house, and then she's just like, hey, what's good?
You also see a like mayoral crest, a key to the city, and a portrait of a stern-looking woman in her 60s with gray hair, which was what Tarragon had described for Nada looking like.
Taking note of what she looks like for possible later use.
So is there... I know I doubted the presence of a town charter in here, but is there anything that looks like that inside the parlor?
Not
Or
the
no?
parlor, no.
I guess
Of
that would
course
be kind of
not.
a weird place to keep it.
I mean, I don't know. She might have it, like, framed on her wall.
Yeah,
like,
or,
this
like-
is what we did.
Yeah,
Or-
give me a perception check.
Okay.
Give me.
Because it didn't look like a big place on the outside, so it
It's
just
a small
seems
place.
a little weird. I got a 12.
Okay. You don't find a town charter, but you
Cool.
do find on the wall, because Electra's taking her time. She's slow to move. A wooden plaque that is printed in gold calligraphy lettering that details it looks kind of like legend, history, religious text. Like it's the history of the town, but it's written in the form of a poem
Cool.
on the wall.
Can I read it?
Yeah. It's in common and says uh, in days of yore, a gift from the goddess, a land of plenty. It's rhyming better than this. Shielded from outsiders, our new home, full of fish, with waters teeming, encased in stone, our new home. And goes on like that to describe all the bounty from the goddess, safe in the cave of wonders, where only the truest of heart shall venture.
So the goddess is safe in the Cave of Wonders?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they said. Technically, like the Medusa lives.
So
yeah.
Was there anything in that poem that's like new information that hasn't already been given to us by the townsfolk?
No.
Okay.
It is just written out here.
What do you think, or what are the odds on a couple of jump adventurers taking a run at this cave and that pissing off the goddess?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of like breaking and entering into someone's home.
If we need to
I'm sorry,
talk to her,
Jess.
if we need to talk to her and
Snorted
she's not
water up
coming
my
out,
nose.
Ophelia.
Shh.
I don't get why this is like a new problem for you. We've done this before. I'm pretty sure you were there. Maybe you weren't there. Maybe that's the problem.
No, I've never broken into anyone's home.
It was Shylock. She's chilling.
Yeah.
All right. That's what it was.
So
Listen, it's not my fault I'm a narc and Shy's okay with that.
We didn't think anybody was home. It was our bad for this one time not checking the windows first.
Yeah, I'm surprised none of us noticed that like the lights were on. But
nobody else also told us that she had family living
mom?
with her. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
nobody
that's
mentioned
kind
her.
of like,
You didn't ask.
Nope.
well, you would think if they send you to the mayor's house that they'd be like, oh yes, the mayor lives there with her elderly mother, like a little bit more forthcoming with the information, so like 3 tieflings don't show up on the door and spook an 80-year-old woman thinking that the devil's come
you're
for
gonna
her.
break in.
I mean, also, to be fair, these townspeople seem like they're missing a lot of information.
Just point being, we came here because we were looking for information about Cassandra, who has gone missing. And we have found information about Cassandra, who has gone missing. So, success.
Electra comes back with 3 steaming mugs. She says, "It's past my tea time, but you drink up, dears. And if you see Cassie, do tell her to come home. And nobody's mad. Well, maybe Medusa's mad, but not at her specifically. It's more all of us."
So, do you have any guesses as to why Medusa might be suddenly mad with everyone?
Oh, I don't know. Our goddess is always angry about something or another. I mean, she's always been kind to us. I mean, when my family came here, they said it was a safe place. I lived my whole life here. It's always been a land of plenty in the light of the goddess's blessings. But gods they give, they take away. We do what we can. They're tenacious. That's not what I meant. Oh, what is the word I'm thinking of? It'll come to me.
Fickle?
Oh, well, that's a bit rude.
But
I didn't say it.
All right.
I was gonna say, like, temperous? I don't...
Tempestuous? We're getting off track.
Poseidon, he's a tempestuous one. He makes the tempest himself, you know.
Sure.
Yes.
Euphoria and Ophelia, did you guys have questions?
Yeah, had anything weird, like, happened before, like, fish started dying and stuff happened? Like, did anything change?
Like, were there any punks that decided that they wanted to go into the Cave of Wonders to prove themselves for, like, I don't know, their 16th birthday? To show that they were adults?
Oh, no.
No, that was 3 weeks ago.
Nobody does that without Cass's permission.
Oh, okay.
And, well, I mean, every so often we go to the front of the Cave of Wonders. It's where the children have their coming of age ceremony. It's a beautiful ceremony. That's my Cassie right there. With the coronation of flowers. You see, she points to the picture. It's such a beautiful day. We made daisy chains. And oh, it was lovely. Narcissus himself would have been distracted. Oh, it was just a wonderful day. Helen was crying, and it was such a delight.
Adara's face. Oh my god.
She's moved on.
But oh, well, we still go there to make offerings and prayers. But you know, the children do that. People who want a baby, people who want to get rid of a baby, people who want to fall in love, people who want their lover to leave. You know, people ask her for a lot. I'm not surprised if she's a bit tired of it all.
So, is there anybody, or are you aware or privy to, since you do live here, if anybody from Axelholm?
84 years I've lived here.
Oh, bless your heart. Damn it, you sidetracked me.
Well, talking about sidetracks, there are some tracks that run up to the side of the cave. You know, Helen used to go hunting alongside there, and her father said they were excellent hunting tracks. But myself, I prefer fishing, and so does my Cassie. Though my father liked cows. And you see, he was a big fan of milk. We had the best cheese. Oh, you haven't
Miss
had
Electra?
a good... Yes?
I had a question for you. Do you know if anybody from Axelholm or one of the other neighboring towns want to sort of drive y'all out of business?
Oh,
Have you
why
heard
would they
anything
do
of that? You know, some townsfolk, or like some neighboring towns, just don't get along, and sometimes they start feuds, and that's when bad stuff tends to happen. So it's a question that we have to ask before, so we have all the information.
Well, I've heard folks have been going missing in Axelholm, which is why my Cassie said no adventures from Axelholm. It's bad luck. And speaking of bad luck, have you heard about my cousin Paris?
What about
He had a string of bad luck when he angered the goddess Athena, but not nearly as bad as my sister's nephew Odysseus. It took him, well, about 25 years to get home when he'd gone out fishing. He said it was a war, but they say everything is a war these days. And Penelope'd never been happier. She said, oh, he's finally gone. It's a gem.
Hey,
but he came
about the people
home,
who went missing from Axelholm, when did that start happening?
2 days away.
When did that start happening?
Oh, I don't know. We're more worried about the food that's been gone here.
Mm-hmm.
So there was nobody in here, adventurer-wise, that wanted to prove their worth in the Cave of Wonder?
Well, no, it's full of traps. And, well, I assume dangerous beasts or something. I mean, you have to prove that you're worth a goddess's time.
Mm-hmm.
Can't just
Alright.
go talk to a goddess. Like, she's an old woman whose house happened to be open.
You know what?
Speaking of
I, the
the
player, heard
time,
that. Idara is zoned out.
Yeah, no. So, like, Euphoria goes, well, we appreciate the tea. We thank you for your time. We're sorry for calling so late. But
Thank you for alerting me that I need to fix that lock.
and we'll go looking for Cassie straight first thing in the morning.
Oh, thank you. Do bring her home. Cheer her up. She needs to smile more, dears. She's been having a tough time. The burdens of office, you know, she takes things too seriously.
So we bid her adieu.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you hadn't stopped her, I would have been like, speaking of time, thank you for yours. We have to go.
All right. And then, like, as we leave it, as we get out of earshot of the house, all right. So now we will most certainly remember to always check for lights before we do a B&E.
I have aged 30 years tonight.
Oh, don't be so dramatic. That's my job.
I am so tired.
All right. Well, let's
You
go
haven't
get
done
some
anything.
I had to sit through that.
Well, we got a little bit of useful information out of her, so, and we were able to sort of see what's going on ish, but
Thank you, Granny Exposition.
Oh, what a good NPC. All right. Let's go to the cave. Let's maybe punch something. If there's like a, I don't know, wall I can climb or something, I need to like do an activity.
Oh, I thought you wanted to go to bed because it's late.
No.
No, you want to go now? All right.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to get out of there.
Oh,
Just like do a handstand or something. My God.
There's a 60-year-old woman missing. Why wouldn't we go look for her now?
because it's been a day. That's why.
Because you said you were
60.
tired.
You said you were tired and that
I'm
you
tired
aged
of that
30
woman.
years.
I'm tired of the grandma mayor.
That's not the mayor, that's her mom.
I know, I'm tired of her.
All right. We'll go to the cave. But if you get shot by a poison dart or something, that's gonna be your fault because you're tired. But
Whatever. I'm a fighter, I have great con saves.
uh-huh.
Hey, that's just a natural one.
Nobody likes a showboater.
You know what we do to showboats? We sink them.
So are you going
Says the bard.
Are you going to the Golden Goose or are you going to the cavern?
We're going
Idara
to
would
the
like to go
cave.
to the cavern.
Time.
Cave.
Okay. So, knowing where the alcove is, the way that it sits above the river, you have a good you can find it fairly easily. It's a small alcove in the cavern. It is quite narrow to get into this alcove, though. So I would like you all to give me a dexterity saving throw to get up there without falling in the water.
My bread and butter. I love this.
Oh. I mean, like, if I fall in the water, it's not that big of a deal. It's more of a deal for Euphoria. Not that big of a deal for Ophelia. She's like, water is where the frogs are.
I can do math.
I got a 4 anyway. It doesn't matter.
Did you just say water's where the thighs are?
I
Wait,
said where
what?
the frogs are.
Oh.
Why did you get thighs from frogs?
I heard you say Euphoria, and I tuned it out because I was looking at my deck save, and I thought you said that's where the thighs are.
14.
Okay, so I got a
Same.
14, a
14.
4, and a 14.
Hey, synergy.
Yay.
Okay, so
All 4s.
Ophelia,
Yay.
you fall in the water. It
Yay.
is gross. You looked at this water before. It's like slimy and oily and algae-y and smelly.
I have become frog.
No.
We're not walking through the whole cave with you smelling like that slop, and then I clean her off.
Prestidigitate the warlock.
Yep.
Best part is I could have gotten it, but I didn't take the spell for myself.
Perfect.
And after that, the three of you get into a small raised alcove above this river crossroads. And you see a gray haired woman sitting crisscross applesauce on the ground, just staring into the water, kind of stirring it with a stick. And she doesn't look up when you approach.
Hi, Cassandra.
Mayor Renato?
She looks up and nods, and then looks back down at the water.
Can we have a moment of your time?
Sure.
We understand that your town's been having a little bit of trouble and we're here to help.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I've asked people to help. And honestly, I could use your help, but I'm sorry I can't pay you. So if you want to go, I understand.
Well, we're here because we were on our way to Axelholm, but y'all seem like you're in dire need. So don't worry about a payment right now.
Really?
Atara's like, shit, I wanted to be paid.
No, I said right now.
Yeah, Idara was
When
doing
the town,
the math lady gif.
Yeah, when the town is back on its feet, then we can take our payment then. We can wait until a little bit later.
If we can get back on our feet. But yes, okay. Well,
we just had questions for you before we walk in further to this cave. And I wanted to know if you know, since you're the mayor, that the wall that surrounds your town is made up of people. Not statues, but people.
she finally raises her eyes and looks up at you, and it looks like she's been crying. Her face is blotchy and tear stained.
Mm-hmm.
Some more people have gone missing and died. How angry is our goddess?
No, it looks like your wall has been there for about 100 years. So these would have been people that went missing a long time ago. I'm thinking that your goddess may not be necessarily a goddess, but maybe somebody who wanted to be left alone. And people took her warning as an invitation to move into her space.
At that, she just goes, Don't let the town hear that blasphemy. But you're not from here. So I appreciate your thoughts on the matter. It's good to hear outside perspectives. Thank you.
What are your thoughts on the matter?
Well, clearly, we've lost her favor. And if we don't get it back, if we can't get someone who's worthy to reach her, we can't ask her to restore the village. No one has come back from seeking her favor. So either they haven't been worthy, I haven't found a worthy candidate, or she's just deemed us all unworthy and sentenced us to die. We could leave, but a lot of folks believe that would mean we've given up on the goddess and this is a test. So it would be great if somebody could survive long enough to see what she wants. We just want to know what she wants so that we can do what she wants and make her happy. Why is it so hard to talk to a goddess? She starts staring into the water again.
Euphoria's gonna like try to get in front of her and like crouch down on her level and go, I think that I know you're upset right now, and that you've had folks gone missing, and it's very stressful, especially since the entire town is in your care as a mayor.
I've lost 35 villagers and 20 outsiders.
I think that the best thing that you can do for yourself right now, because you can't take care of other people if you don't take care of yourself. And I think what you need to do, at least for right now, is go home, wash your face, and get a good night's sleep. We're seasoned adventurers. It is not our first cave, and we'll
this
see
isn't
what.
just a cave. It's full of traps and dangerous paths so you can lose your way. I don't even know what's in there. I don't.
Is this the area
I'm
where
of being
you
mayor? I don't think I'm worthy of talking to a goddess.
Is this where y'all leave your offerings to the goddess in this area here?
Not here. Down in a little bit in where the statue to her is.
Okay. Yeah, so I think the best thing for you to do right now, especially if this cave is trapped and things, as you said, I think the best thing for you to do for yourself, and like I said, by proxy your town, is to take care of you for right now. And just leave it in our hands.
Thank you for your help. Would you like to set out in the morning? I can escort you back first thing in the morning. I'm sure some of the villagers would like to give you some offerings to the goddess for when you meet her.
I think that considering the amount of people that have gone into this cave, I think we were thinking that time is of the essence, and that the sooner we get in here and figure out what's going on, the better.
Also, no offense, but if you guys have done something to upset the goddess, maybe we don't want to just keep repeating the same thing that hasn't worked before.
We don't want to insult her by bringing stuff if it's clearly not what she wants, so we'll go talk to her.
All right, well, I know Homer had written a poem to give to the next group that went in, but I'll tell him that he can tell her next time. Or leave it at the statue. Well, she kind of stands up and brushes her face off and gives a little stretch. Says, I guess I'll leave you to it. The cavern entrance is just down that way. Please be safe. I wish you well.
Before she walks away, I'm just gonna clean off her clothes, do a prestidigitation on her as she walks away from us.
Okay.
Spend more time with your mom. She's lonely.
Mothers need to be regularly socialized.
What about my mom? Did you meet my mom?
Yeah.
We tried to stop by and see you if you were at your house, and then we found your mom.
Your
oh my
bartender.
God, I'm so sorry.
Your bartender had mentioned that you had gone missing, so we stopped by your house to see, just to make sure that you weren't at home, and we found your mom instead. She's fine. She's a very nice woman. She made us all a cup of tea. She's so sweet. But she's waiting up for you. She's waiting for you to go home. So it might be good to spend some time with your mom.
Was she weird?
Not really, no.
I mean, we have no baseline.
Oh,
Yeah, define weird.
Never mind. Thank you. And of course, Tarragon thinks I'm missing. I don't stop by one day for a cup of coffee, and she calls the city guard on me if we have one. Well, thank you.
Wait a minute. Does Tarragon have a crush on the mayor?
well, yeah, duh.
Obviously.
Well, duh, because she's like, I
Oh.
get to call the mayor Cassandra. Everyone else has to call her the mayor.
That's a sign of favor.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just didn't know if they were like friends or friends.
Sappho and her
Yeah.
platonic buddies.
Just gals being pals.
Gals being pals. 2020.
All right. Let's go into this cave.
Yeah.
I'm ready to be tried.
Can I just say, I like the contrast of, was my mom weird? Me. Not really, you guys. I don't know. What is weird for your mom?
We
Well,
have
it's
no
true.
frame of reference.
It is true. We have none.
Yeah, but Ophelia was like, that is one of the most normal people we've ever met.
Oh,
Okay.
All right.
Let's do it.
Cave.
map time, Gwen.
Map time. Map time.
Oh, I
All
thought
right.
you said nap time.
I thought you said
Nap
nap
time
time too, and I'm
with
like,
an N.
nap time.
Goodbye, everyone. I'm
Like,
tired.
damn.
I'm
Bye,
tired.
friends.
I was gonna throw a fit.
The mouth of the water-worn cavern is wide, but near impossible to see far into. The dirt road leading into the smooth stone opening has a flurry of footprints going in, but none leaving it. There's an eerie silence about the entrance, as if no one dares to enter.
All right. Let's go.
Let's do it. Check for traps.
I mean, is it like lit? Because we all have dark vision.
Yeah, we all have dark vision.
Good question. It is not lit. You came in here at night, and so there is not even daylight from the outside. It is pitch black,
Well,
and there are no sources of light.
Good
It
thing
is.
we're adventurers and we have torches.
Also,
And
I have
dark
produce
vision.
And dark
flame.
vision.
And dark vision.
I have produce flame. Don't worry about it. It's literally a free spell for me.
But Jesspack is right. We should check for traps, just sort of continuously as we progress through here. But like,
You are
Starting with the
walking
entryway.
through section 1
mhm.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, give me a perception check. Look for some traps.
Ookie
All right.
dookie.
15.
Roll 20. Please don't be an asshole. Thank you.
I got an 11.
Okay.
What did we expect? I have a plus.
I
You do
got a
not see any
10.
traps, Ophelia.
All that drama for nothing.
You do not see any traps, Euphoria.
All right.
I think we're good.
I have a ball of fire, and
It
I
looks-
am using it to light our way.
I'll go first. The usual, I can take a hit meat shield.
It's gravelly, and you see the footprints. In the front, there is a statue of a Medusa with her arms up like this. But that is all that is here to walk through.
Is there anything
yeah.
inscribed on the statue? Like any writing on her or anything like that? Or like a plaque at her
No,
base?
she is standing on a base though, and along the base, you see a small bag.
Mm.
What's in the bag?
10 gold pieces.
Leaving that there. Thank you, Henry.
So what do we as a group know about like Medusa's the creature category in D&D?
Ophelia knows Ophelia knows stuff.
But like, what does Ophelia share with the group?
Okay, so Ophelia can tell you that people usually don't worship Medusas, and this is like a highly irregular thing. Medusas were created because a person scorned a god and got turned into what we would call Gorgons, what D&D calls Medusas. And Ophelia would definitely be like, oh yeah, Medusas turn people to stone, and it's really weird that they're not afraid of her.
Do we know anything about like how they turn people to stone? Is it like a don't look directly at them sort of thing, or just like they'll get you if you're within range, or?
I don't know, does Ophelia know that?
You were doing a religion check?
Yeah.
So I would say no, because you were asking more about like the cult of Medusa.
Yeah.
If you want to do history check.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And any of you could do that.
I can also try as someone
I
who's...
think a critical failure. I have no clue what a Medusa is, apparently.
I'm trying also, so maybe
Same.
that'll go.
Ooh.
12.
I rolled a nat 1, so that's a 4 total.
Oh god, we are not destined to know about Medusas.
Okay. So, you know there's something about Adara, there's something about Medusas and, like, statuary. You don't know if they like it. You don't know if they make it. But there's something about Medusas and statues.
Can I track, because Ophelia knows that they turn people to stone? Does that seem related? All right, but I don't know enough about like the mechanics of how to know how I would like keep ourselves safe from it.
Right.
Okay.
You don't know if it's like a hand gesture or a look or a verbal spell or she throws
breath weapon
or what.
I mean, yeah, what's a little statuary fun?
All right, well, we did our due diligence. And now we'll leave the offering pouch, because this seems like a pretty obvious first trial. Is there anything else in this, like, zone?
Just that. This seems to be the only place that, and that was, like, right at the entrance, so you passed that as soon as you came in.
Okay.
So walking through, you eventually make your way...
Oh, Euphoria would have left a couple of a coin for each of us on that, just in case.
Cool.
Take my money!
You eventually make your way to part 2. Is that a little icon that's on this map? Or is that
No, that's my little Ophelia picture.
Yeah, that's
I
a
love
threef.
it. Okay, that's what I thought. That's a threef.
That's my marker for the entire threefs, because if I make it 1 square big, then it's too small and I can't move it in OBS. I can only resize it.
I love it.
So it's the party.
So you find yourself in a large open space littered with boulders. As you can see, there are 4 pathways leading from here apart from the place where you entered. You can give me a survival check to examine the footprints.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask about.
Not just a boulder, it's
9.
a rock.
9. There are footprints.
I got a 10.
Hey.
You do have I almost said a fortune because it's Pugmire in my head.
I do have an inspiration. I'm going to re-roll.
I thought you were gonna say you have feet, so you know what these look like.
That's better. Where's my survival? 17.
There you go. You see that the leftmost pathways have gotten the most foot traffic.
Leftmost pathways. Okay. Does it seem like the footprints are going both ways, or are they just going like outward and none are returning?
Just going in, none returning.
Okay. I'll point this out to the group. I don't know if that's a coincidence or if other people started following tracks and that's why it's more heavily traveled, or if it's the right way to go. Like, but we know that most people went that way. Or those ways, I guess.
So what would you like to do?
I mean, we could follow the crowd. Worst case scenario, we turn around and
We'll
Go
be
the other
back
way.
Yeah.
Adara's inner contrarian immediately thinks that we should go the way that most people don't go, but like this is a valid course of action and we can go that way.
I mean, you also know that nobody came back.
That's true. So maybe that's the more dangerous way. But
I mean,
like,
no one has come back, period.
yeah, no one's come back from either direction, so like that doesn't really narrow it down so far.
Yes.
I'm just trying to help.
Yeah.
All right, let's follow the crowd. Let's figure out what happened to
Yay.
the most of the people.
Yay.
Okay, so you head to 6.
Bonk.
Are you going up or down?
I guess I did the lower path without really thinking about it.
That's fine.
Yeah, I would have too, yeah.
Yeah.
You do that. It's hard to see in here, but you have that fire, and you are fine. There's
And
some
dark vision.
There's what?
rubble, but you've been in caves. Like you said, you know caves. You got this. It does start to get colder in here. You can't hear the rushing water as much. It's more like a drip. And it starts to smell a little bit dank. As you get into part 6, becomes an open pathway, and it splits into a T intersection.
So I can see on the map that one of those is like a short dead end. Can we tell that as like people existing in the cave, or is it not
No,
clear?
you can't tell
Okay.
I mean, I could just, like, whip the ball of fire down each way and see how far they go.
Or like, is there a direction that the footsteps are going still? Is the rubble made of people?
It's hard to tell. It just looks like broken stone at this point.
Bad answer.
At this point.
Uh-oh.
I mean, like a 50-50 shot. Again,
Yeah.
we find out one way doesn't go anywhere, or it goes to the bad place, so then we turn around and go to the good place.
All right. If no one has like a way to make an informed decision without metagaming the map, I'm going to roll a d4. Evens, we go left. Odds, we go right.
Okay.
All right.
It's just like
One.
flipping a coin. Okay.
There it is. It's the 1.
Yay!
All right. We go right.
You go right?
Yeah.
But you said...
I thought you said it was a
evens.
1, so you go
Oh,
left.
right, we do. I remember my rules. Left.
As
7.
you
What?
start walking, the ceiling gets lower and lower and lower. And Adara, you hit your horns, actually. It looks like this section used to continue on, but there's been so much rubble collapse here. There was clearly a cave-in at some point. You might be able to scrounge some stuff, but this would be a tough way to go. And by tough, I mean this is no longer a way to go.
I am probably the shortest one out of the three of us. Is there, like, anything on the ground, like any bones, any footprints, anything like that's further in that I can see with my fire?
Give me an investigation check.
Oh, yay. That's gonna go fantastic. That's a 6. That's okay.
You see some rocks and some dirt and a really pretty shell.
I'm taking the shell.
Don't take anything.
We got a shell!
We might get cursed.
It's like blue and shiny with a white stripe.
We got a shell! You guys can't stop Ophelia. She's like, I'm gonna make this into a necklace for my friend.
To Euphoria, Idara just goes, breaking and entering is wrong, but stealing from a goddess's trials, that's fine. I'm not salty about this. I'm just saying.
I can give it to her.
Love you,
So, like,
Okay.
there's, like, nothing down here. Like, I'm small and this place is too small.
Mm-hmm.
So, backtrack.
Yep, there was a fork in the road. We can go the other way.
Other fork.
So going back the other way, it widens up a bit. And then again, Adara, you start scraping your horns here.
Ah.
And you reach a point where the passage ahead is almost entirely collapsed. But unlike the previous one, where it looked like a natural cave-in, this looks man-made. And some of the stones here have been moved aside, leaving a narrow... Sorry, just an ink put in chat at me. Leaving a narrow pathway only about 5 feet high for you to pass through. So you can move more stones away with a strength check, or you can try and slip through the dex check. But it will be difficult to get through. Not imposterous, but you can't just walk right through this section. It's a tight squeeze.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I was
willing
gonna say yeah, because I'm small.
Yeah, I'm willing to try the strength check first, just in case we need to get out in a hurry.
Okay.
Team.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I will assist.
All right. Thanks.
I cannot help. I have below average strength.
All right. Well, I'm getting assisted. The 2 full-size people go. Thank you for avoiding that one. That is a
That has helped you.
Yeah, strength check.
Yes.
16.
Okay, yeah, the 2 of you working together easily move these stones out of the way to where you can walk 2 by 2 through this passage.
Nice.
Nice.
To the next section. It opens up, and again, you are at a T intersection, and something on the right catches your eye. It looks like there's people in here.
Statue people or people?
Getting closer over to the right, you see about a dozen statues that look pristine.
Oh, these are just made.
Mm-hmm.
They are dressed like townsfolk.
Mm-hmm.
And they're strangely positioned.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what did they look like they were doing?
Yes, please explain strange positioning.
They're in little segments, small groupings. So like I said, there's about a dozen in here. Some of them are holding their weapons. Some of them appear to be running towards to charge, and others are just going
So it appears to
if
me...
you were blind or vision impaired, that was basically me doing a screaming in horror, frozen in fear face.
So it appears to me that they just saw their goddess and then freaked out because she wasn't as they expected.
Yeah, these are a lot of people more... I don't want to say ready for combat, but I mean, they're clearly going into combat more than I would have expected.
Yeah, for praising their goddess and all, they sure look real fighty here.
How close are you getting to these statues?
How
close are you inspecting them?
I think I would get pretty close, but given that the entire way here we've been checking for traps, I would once again check this area for traps. Okay. I assume Euphoria would do the same.
Yes.
I said just Euphoria, not Ophelia.
Yep.
Just Euphoria.
Yep. Ophelia's just looking directly at her shell the whole time, it's shiny.
Well, no, because now we've reached the part of dead people, and now Ophelia's how do I pray for these people without getting close to them?
Yeah.
Well,
pray from a respectful distance.
So give me a perception check, please.
All right.
Dead. They're just currently incapacitated.
I was gonna say, Draz just said what I was thinking, social distance praying.
I got nat 20! I got 23 for perception.
I got a 16.
Neither of you
Yay.
see any traps in here.
Good.
Dope.
As you get close to the statues, though, to take a look, as you are you touching them or just looking at them?
I have no reason to touch them.
Euphoria has been touching statues.
It's true.
Same. I only touched the wall outside, but now that I know that we're in where the magic is, I don't think I'm going to be rude and touch a statue because she might consider it her property. So I'm not touching it. I'm just looking.
Yeah, Ophelia's not gonna touch that, especially because she saw how Euphoria was like, "Oh, people wall, no, wipe, 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 wipe."
So as you closely examine the statues, two of them don't move, yet something filmy and shimmery comes out of the statue, and you start to feel cold and uncomfortable, and I would like to roll initiative, please.
Oh, this shit right
Oh,
here.
so-
Ghost
Snacks.
fight. Feel me,
Okay.
ghost.
These heartbeat dice are doing really good. I've been rolling my metal ones, and they've been really failing me. I got
I've
a
been rolling
19 for
shit.
initiative with this.
Nice.
Oh,
I got an 18.
I got a 19.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
y'all are tied.
Yeah,
Who has higher dex? Euphoria, right?
I think so because I have
Well-
a +2.
Yeah. I have a +5 to my...
Yeah, so you have a higher
I'm
dex.
sorry, I have a +4 to Dex. Sorry, I get a +1 because of Jack of all trades.
So Euphoria
Yeah.
are up.
Okay. Yeah. Oh god. What can I do? I don't want to cast Shatter on any of these statues. They are townspeople. So what is this? Is this like a flan from like Final Fantasy?
I'm seeing a
Thing
flan the
that
dessert.
has just no, they call them like there are these oozes that Final Fantasy calls flans. I don't know why.
Because
I've
it's
never
the
played Final
dessert.
Fantasy.
Yeah, because it's like a pudding. It's like
They're
a thick
delicious.
gelatinous
Pudding.
thing.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a type of flan in Final Fantasy called pudding. Like in
Oh,
some
I
of the
didn't
games
know
you
that.
just
I didn't know that one.
Yeah, in
it's a
Japanese,
subtype.
It's called like purin, and it's like the egg custard pudding. It's like that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Oh god.
This become Threef's pudding talk.
I would love some pudding. Not gonna lie.
Gelatinous cubes, but made out of pudding.
Okay.
Right, the stat
Since
block.
Adara is standing right next to me, I'm touching her and I'm casting heroism as my action because I'm kind of taken off guard with this, and then I'm going to give bardic inspiration to Ophelia.
Okay.
It's me.
Sounds
It's
great.
you. You get a d6.
Yay! Is that just to saves, or what is it too?
Attacks, ability checks, and saves.
Okay, noted. Thank you.
Yeah. And then when you get 5 temporary hit points, and it renews on each of your turns.
Thanks.
You're welcome. It's good for 10 minutes.
That's a lot of combat.
That's a
rounds.
lot of
It is.
time.
Yeah, because each round is
Actually,
usually, like,
wait.
6
Sorry,
seconds.
I lied. It's a
10
minute.
rounds.
No, it's a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's 10
Yeah.
rounds. Yeah, that's not that bad though.
I was thinking of something else that lasts for 10 minutes, but I don't remember what it was.
Maybe like
Your ritual
mantle thing?
spellcasting. Identify.
Identify
Yeah.
takes 10 minutes.
No,
It does.
there's another spell that takes that lasts for 10 minutes, but I don't remember what it is.
All right.
Ophelia.
Go for it.
Oh my god. Okay.
Ophelia, you might know what these are.
What are they?
Well, you would need to do like an arcana or a religion check. Or a history
Okay.
check.
'Cause I was gonna say.
I will give you advantage on given your background.
Yay! 21.
These are specters.
Okay,
These
so
are
what do
angry ghosts.
I know about them?
They are I hate some of the things in the monster manual. Sorry. One of the things for specters is beyond redemption. And
Oh no, never.
I just hate that. But basically, they are adverse to sunlight, like many ghosts. They are basically, when something dies and is so consumed with rage at its death or its manner of death, they manifest as a specter.
Okay. What do I know about in terms of like their physical properties? Like, are they incorporeal? Are they like?
Yes.
Okay, so I can't hit them with non-magical things then.
I mean, you could. It just wouldn't do as much damage as you want to. You know, they cannot be poisoned because they're dead.
Yeah. So yeah, I can like hit them with normal stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
I forget, what does the Sword Cane of Betrayal do again?
If you've charmed someone, it does an automatic crit.
Okay, that's what I was thinking it was, but I wasn't fully sure. Okay, I mean, I am going to, I guess, take the flame that I have in my hand and I'm going to throw it at the ground in front of them.
Okay.
And I'm going to essentially yell at them to stay back because I don't want to destroy them. I don't think I have to make a ranged spell attack if I'm just aiming at the floor.
No, you don't. You can just throw it there.
Yeah, I'm gonna whip it at the floor. Yeah, because that's my attack, and then what do I have for my bonus action? Hang on. I forget what I have for bonus action. I have so many things. And then I think I'm essentially just gonna like move back a little bit more so that there's more distance between me and everything that's going on.
Okay.
Because I don't want to screw with that.
Idara, you're up.
All right. So has Euphoria moved away from the statues also, or was it just Ophelia?
I didn't use my movement, no.
Okay.
That would have been smart, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, it was just a...
Okay.
I make smart choices with reefs.
All right. So
I don't have the
Idara
brain cell.
takes out her scimitar and to her two companions says, "Are you gonna talk these things down, or are we fighting?"
I don't feel comfortable fighting things that died, unfortunately, like this.
We can
Because
give
they
it a
died in
shot.
rage.
All right.
Well, they shouldn't. Well, I was under the impression that if we could bring them back. I mean, we've had experience now with bringing people back from the dead. We know it's possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably about a turn. So I'm gonna hold my action to attack one if it like comes at me or Euphoria.
Okay. One of them is going to do that.
All right.
Oh, I trusted you.
In fact, both of them are going to do that.
All right. Well, then I'm attacking the one that gets here first.
Okay. Do that.
If I'm holding
Smack
an
'em.
action, do I get to use like my bonus action too, or just like my main?
You're holding the action. You get to do the whole shebang.
Okay.
That's the full thing.
All right.
Full
Then
thing.
I'm hitting it with my scimitar.
Do it.
Whew, 19 on the die, so 27 to hit.
Yes, that hits. Is your
Damn.
scimitar magical?
Yeah. So plus
Yeah!
1. So max damage. Please take 12 points of slashing damage.
Yeah!
Cool. All right.
And then for giggles, I'm going to try and bite the ghost. My teeth are not magic yet, because we're not level 5.
Please bite the ghost.
Almost there,
It's going to
though.
be so fun when you are level 5.
I'm excited. All right, so that
It's
is
going to be a really long time, though.
yeah, that is a 16 to hit.
That hits.
All right.
I expect this ghost to burst like a gusher.
Please take 9 points of piercing, but not magic.
Okay. Okay. Cool. And now it's gonna come for you. That is does 15 hit you?
No.
Okay, then you are fine. And let's see, Euphoria. Oh, that hit Euphoria.
What was it?
It was 18 on the die.
Ooh, that's rough.
So that is going to be 14 necrotic damage. And please give me a Constitution saving throw.
Have we fought specters before?
You have not.
Okay.
No, the only reason I have knowledge of them is because living in a graveyard.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, who's doing the con saving throw? Was that me?
That's you.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, sorry. Yeah, Paul was talking to me.
So 14 necrotic damage.
Oh, okay.
And then a con saving throw.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's rough.
Ooh, this
That's
is
bad. That's bad.
what a great time to be talked. Fuck me sideways. I got a 7.
Do you have inspiration or any fairy luck?
No, I cannot give myself bardic inspiration.
I didn't know if you had any left over from me.
Can I give mine to you?
No, I think I used it last time.
Okay, and you're out of fairy luck?
And no, I'm flat out of fairy luck. I used that early.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your hit point maximum is also reduced by 14 until you take a long rest.
Shit. Okay.
I mean,
Love
it was a long rest
undead.
fix it.
Cool. Love that.
And now it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to talk them down. Yeah, so I'm just gonna say, please stop. Please, we're here to help. We understand that you came in here for a reason, to try to speak with your goddess, and we understand that, turning into statues ain't too nice, but we're here to help in any way that we can, so please stop fighting us and allow us to help. Can I do a persuasion roll?
Yeah, give me a persuasion roll.
I'm sorry, I heard someone crack something open in the background, and I'm like, that's a ghost cracking open a cold one with a boy.
I think it was my book falling.
Oh no.
No, I heard it from Paxton. I think that was Paul opening a
Paul
can.
opened a soda. Paul opened a soda while I was talking.
God.
Persuasion. 12. I got a 12. What
I
the
rolled a
fuck?
14.
Fuck
Oh,
me.
no.
Damn.
So, Ophelia, you're up. Unless you want to do an attack, because that was, I could say that was your bonus action. If you want to do an attack action, you see that did not work.
Yeah, I would like to move away. I'm assuming I'm still in melee with the specters at this point. Yeah, I'd like to move I don't want to bump into the statue, so is there a way for me to move away from them but not disengaging from the fight? I would like to back up some. That would be cool.
Without disengaging. Yeah, you can do that.
Cool.
Let's say you can move away like 10 feet or something.
Yeah, alright, I'm gonna do that. That's all I'm gonna do right now.
Okay. Ophelia, you are up. You've
Okay.
just seen Euphoria get jacked up.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna pull one of the vials of holy water out of my bag.
Okay?
I'm gonna, take the lid off and try to, either smash it towards them or sprinkle it on them. And I want to do a persuasion check to say, I told you that we're here to help you. Gosh, the gang performs an exorcism. That's at 16.
So for the persuasion or for the holy water?
That's persuasion.
Okay.
I'm not attacking them with the holy water. I just wanted to, cover them, whether that means, throwing it behind them so that it shatters and sprays them, or just, doing, the flick.
So you're not hitting it with the holy water?
No, I just want to, break it so that the holy water hits them. I'm not trying to attack them with it.
Because holy water will do damage to them.
Yeah, fine, sure, whatever.
Okay, give me a dex attack roll for your
Oh, okay.
holy water, because that's a ranged attack.
Okay. 21.
Yes, that hits. Now roll me 2d6, please.
Okay.
And which one are you attacking? The one bothering Adara or the one bothering Euphoria?
The one that bothered Euphoria.
Okay.
Euphoria tried and that didn't happen. That's a 10. That's a double 5s.
Okay. So that does that's interesting, but I'm gonna say it does that anyway because it should. It doesn't say that they have vulnerability to. Oh, okay, no, it doesn't. Okay, so 10 damage. Yes, that is what it does. It's not vulnerable to it, but it just does it because it's undead.
Yeah.
Sorry,
and
I was about to be like, yeah, it's super awesome, but nope.
Fine.
You see some light emanate through the body of this ghosty.
Cool. I'm very, very almost out of holy water, and I rolled a 16 persuasion to tell them to stop trying to fuck us up.
So this one. Oh, thank you for hosting us. Hello. This one is no longer going to attack you. It no longer sees you as a threat, Ophelia.
Yay. The squish is kind of safe. Okay. I think that's my full action. Yeah, that's definitely my full action.
Okay, Adari, you are up.
All right. So it seemed like the one that Ophelia talked to was deterred from fighting.
Only deterred from fighting Ophelia.
All right. Then I'm gonna just hit the one that attacked me again, because it's self-defense now. So I'm gonna swing my magic scimitar at it. And that's a 16 to hit?
Yes, that hits.
Okay, good. Please take another 12 points of magic slashing damage.
How would you like to destroy this ghost?
I guess I just sort of like very cleanly like cleave it in half and it just like wisps off. It's like a cool fog around the scimitar for a second before it dissipates.
Awesome.
And then I'll move so that I'm like by Euphoria, so I can maybe try to like intercept a hit.
Okay. Feels good because it is the Spectre's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to use your teeth?
Yeah, because she tried to talk to that one and it didn't go great, so I'm gonna show up and bite it.
Is not happy about it.
That is a aggregate 20 to bite the ghost.
Okay, yes, you have done that. Sorry, I just
saw
I had a concern from something in chat.
No worries. So that is 9 points of piercing damage again. It's a very consistent d6.
Sorry, thank you, Pack. 9 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, it is the Spectre's turn. And now Adara is there instead of Euphoria. So it's gonna hit Adara.
Thank you.
We'll see if it hits, because they haven't been as successful with her. I don't think it will. So yeah, 11 does not hit you.
No, not even a little bit.
So you are fine. And it just kind of floats and tries to get around you to get closer to Euphoria.
Okay.
Actually, I'll say it floats through you.
Wow, rude.
I mean, to be fair, you did bite and kill his other buddy.
It's already dead. I'm defending my buddy.
On the other side of Euphoria. And Euphoria, it's your turn.
Amazing, cool. I wanted to give everybody an update as to how I'm doing. Because so at the beginning of this fight, I had 29 hit points, and that was my maximum. this specter, when it attacked me, it halved my hit points. I'm
Wait.
down to 15 permanently.
Why do you have 29?
Yep.
Has that been your hit point maximum the whole time?
Yes. Not the whole time, no.
I mean,
But-
my hit point maximum is 33. Magic users tend to have really low hit points.
Yeah, I was assuming
Yeah,
that
I
the
rolled
bard would
like
have better
shit.
HP than the warlock, though, so I was surprised.
No, we both roll on a D8.
Got it.
So
And
I
you-
rolled like
Do you
shit.
have low con?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I have a +2 to Constitution.
Oh, that's
Also,
good con.
if you roll
Yeah.
every
But if
time
you
by
roll like shit.
points, that doesn't.
I rolled like
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't guarantee.
But yeah, so that's where I am right now. Yeah. So if it's still being aggro, do I know which statue this specter came out of?
It's hard to tell at this point.
No, all right. Well, then never mind, because I was just gonna blow up a statue to get it rid of it.
I can show you what it looks like. It looks like that.
Ooh, fun
It's like
hair.
Mr. Electric,
I know.
Mm,
the Shark Boy and Lava Girl movie.
no, it's
Roads.
fine. That's fine. Oh, I could have hellish rebuked it earlier. That was dumb of me. I always
Do you
forget
wanna
about
do it
that
now?
play. Yeah, do you mind?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. I'd like to hellish rebuke it.
Do it. So it
So
has,
it has to make, yeah, it needs to make a dex save. I always forget about that shit as a tiefling.
Oh, I
Okay.
do too. I forget about it all the time.
That was sadly an 18.
Oh.
Does it take half?
Well, it
when
takes half.
saves?
It takes
I was
half
gonna
as
say,
much. So hang on, I can still roll my 2d10.
Cool.
That's what I was wondering because I was like, doesn't it take half? I wasn't sure. Yeah.
All right, I got a 9, so that makes it what, a 4?
It's
Mhm.
2d.
The fire
It's
damage.
2d. It's 2d10.
Yeah, I did. I got a 4 and a 5, so I got
Okay.
9 total.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 4.
4.
Okay.
So you rebuke it, and it even seems to take. It dodged a little bit, and it still seems to take even less than you expected.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fine. I am. So that's a reaction. I'm going to. Can you put specters to sleep? The real questions. Can you just go back to idle mode, Spectre?
That's a really good question, actually, though.
But you cannot, and I don't want you to waste a spell on it.
Put
No,
the
that's
ghost
fine.
to
No, that's
sleep.
fine. Sorry, I'm looking for spells. I guess I'll just attack it with my rapier. Fuck it. It's a +1 and it's magic. Fuck it at this point. I whiffled that. That was an 8. That, not great.
Did not hit it.
I did not.
Ophelia, it is your turn.
How close am I to the ghosts? The last ghost? After?
Well, it's not going to attack you because you are a friend. But it is. You have Adara and Euphoria, and then the Spectre.
Okay, just out of curiosity, based on what I know about these things, was when I hit this one originally with holy water, was that glowing good or bad? Like, was it damaging or was it like?
It was damaging it.
Okay, that's what I kind of figured it was. I don't remember
It did
when
not
I.
enjoy that.
Yeah, I kind of figured. People don't usually like it when you hurt them unless you do it consensually. I don't know when I got this, but I have a scroll of notes and prayers on here. I think it comes with my hermit background, and I would like to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I would like to open it and see if I have a spell for, I guess, dispelling this or putting it to rest. I don't know if I'd have a prayer for that. I don't know what hermits come with. I don't play a lot of them. Let me see if I can.
It wouldn't really be a spell. It would be like a prayer,
Yeah, that's what I asked. If I
but
have
it wouldn't be like something to. It would be whatever you would have would be something to like pray for the soul of this after it's no longer attacking your friends.
I mean, yeah.
Although you could start praying for it now. Yeah, you could call on. You could use that.
Yeah.
The most passive aggressive battle tactic, just like, I'll pray for you.
Oh my god, it's so familiar and I hate how
Southern
familiar
woman
that-
battle tactic.
Yeah, no, I will absolutely do that, and I will also I don't remember, but I will also do it to call on Ophelia's mom, the fiend, and tell her to either punish the soul or guide it toward the afterworld, and that will be my turn.
What was the other thing you were doing?
I prayed for Ophelia's mom, who is the fiend. I said either punish the soul or take it to the afterworld, and that is my whole turn.
All right. Adara, it is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna move back toward the scepter if I need to, and I'm gonna hit the scepter.
The scepter.
Yep.
Yeah, you can scooch around Euphoria.
All right, we're just gonna like leapfrog until this combat's done.
It's fun when they can move through you.
Yeah. All right. Scimitar. 15 on the die. So
Yeah, you hit.
Yeah, 23. Let's see if this d6 holds up. Ah, it does not. All right, that is 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Magic.
I just read Draz's comment in chat. I'm telling mom, and it's like, yeah, my mom says you can't hang out with us if you don't stop hitting my friends.
So how do you want to do this?
It with like a very cool flourish, Adara just sort of like steps around Euphoria and then like swings the scimitar kind of up and around so she like slices through it in one very like clean motion, and then it's like, all right, are there any more?
Adara's like, please, I want to keep hitting things.
This is so much more exciting than anything that's happened to us all day.
Don't be mean to Electra, she's doing her best.
So, if you want to take a long rest here so Euphoria can get her life back, you can, or you can press onward.
Are we gonna spend 8 hours?
Nothing. Yeah,
sitting here
nothing.
with this
Nothing
kid?
ventured, nothing gained. Let's just do it.
Okay.
Should we take our bio break now then?
Yeah.
There is a read aloud, so we can do that as you enter the next cave and the next section, and then we can pause.
Okay.
Yay.
So you go up into the next passage. The cave opens to a small clearing adorned with stone statues that have been draped in fabric as if to hide their petrified faces. A silver shield leans up against the wall, and as your eyes look at it, you see yourself staring into the red eyes of the goddess herself, the Medusa. Her snaked hair writhing and clothed in gray fabrics. Her face looks forlorn and distressed, but quickly turns to anger as she notices you. And with that, we'll be right back.
All right. Everybody, drink water, stretch, etc.
Yeah.
We're hopefully in the
Yay.
home stretch.
What are your Henrys?
We'll be back soon.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.
we're back.
Hey everybody, thanks for sticking around. And Shadowfax, if you are still here, good night. So I just sent you all something really weird in chat. I apologize. That was my book. So yes, you are facing a mirrored shield and see the red eyes of an angry Medusa staring back at you, her snakes writhing.
Are we still technically in combat, or have we exited combat?
You have exited combat and moved to a new section of the map entirely.
Cool. Yeah, so, hi. Pleased to meet you. We're not here to start trouble. We just had questions and we want to help. We're not here to hurt you.
How can you help me?
Well, it seems like you have a town problem. As in, the town is not respecting your space, and they are under the impression that you are their goddess, and that you are responsible for taking care of the town. I personally don't think that's the case. I just think you moved here so you could be alone and not have to deal with anybody and be social, which is your right to do. And you tried to set up a warning sign, and everybody took your warning sign as an invitation to move in.
She cocks one eyebrow and says, so someone vitally understood the wall.
I mean, yeah, it's not like you just put up a wall made out of people and go, ah, yeah, super inviting. Like, you know how they usually say that there's a village idiot? This village is full of idiots.
I didn't choose to be here. I'm trapped. Please, help me leave. I don't want to hurt anyone.
Yeah. There you go.
In the interest of due diligence, I would like to make an insight check on this.
Please do.
Because we shouldn't just always assume the monsters are good guys because we don't know we're playing the Uncaged Adventures. That is a 14.
You get the strong belief from her that right now she does not want to hurt anyone. She definitely wants to leave.
Okay. And if you leave and go somewhere else, are you going to make a new person wall?
I just want to be left alone. I never wanted to be worshipped. The worshiping the goddess is my punishment.
Your punishment for what, if you don't mind us asking?
She starts laughing. I turned down the favor of a god. And in return, he made me this. And said that if I was too beautiful for him, or if I wanted him to worship me, that everyone should worship me. And he compelled all of these people to come here and trap me here. I can't leave without killing them. He made this land bountiful for just 100 years.
Oh, well, that explains a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Poseidon? Because Poseidon's kind of a dick a lot of the time.
Know him.
I've heard a lot of bad things about him.
Too bad Death doesn't have him on the list, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame.
That might be above our pay grade.
Yeah. Everyone is on our pay grade if the price is right.
Yep.
I mean,
I've killed so many. Just trying to live my life. I don't want to slaughter a village. I just want to be left alone. Can you help me leave?
We can help you leave. I think it would be helpful. And just hear us out. I think it would be helpful if the town heard your story, so you can make it abundantly clear that that you're not a goddess and that you were basically placed here against your will and you haven't been able to leave. We can take precautions so you don't hurt anybody else unintentionally. And again, it's entirely up to you if you want to tell your story to the townsfolk. It's just they've built you up in their mind for 100 years, and we, after I investigated the wall, nobody seemed keen on taking me at my word. So I think you saying something in conjunction with that, like you place that wall there as a warning to folks, I think it should help drive it home that maybe they need to relocate.
I can't tell them I killed so many of them. Accidentally, not on purpose. They come here and I see them, and then statues. I'm so sick of statues.
really blame you. It's not your fault.
We will
All my dice over.
we'll be with you. We're not going to leave you alone. And like I said, we can put like a cloth over your eyes, and guide you out of the caves so you don't turn anybody else into a statue. I know of some folks in different towns who will be able to restore life to the at least the most of the statues that are in here. Um, it'll take some time and some doing, but I have some strings that we can pull.
So they're not gone forever.
No, the ones in the wall, in your wall, yes, we can't do nothing about them. But the ones in here, the most recent town folk and adventurers that have come in here, the 50 people that came in here, we can do something about them. It's just going to take time and money, basically.
Will they give me money? All the time. Poems, flowers, food.
Well, then we can use some of the money that they gave to you to buy the ingredient that's used in the spell to bring people back. It requires a diamond, so I'm sure they've given you a bunch of gold over the years. That should be more than plenty to get the amount that we need. And if we're short any, I will personally pay for them.
If you get me out, I'll give you everything I can.
We can come get you out.
Then what will you do?
Go into the mountains. Hide. I can't be around people.
Do you
He's
have
lonely, but
do you have some way of making sure that God who's mad at you isn't just gonna find you again?
I think if I stay away from water, I might be okay.
All right.
I mean, if you really wanted to, you could live amongst people. You just wouldn't be able to have your eyes out around them.
No. It's too dangerous.
It's entirely your choice what you'd like to do, but there is the option of wearing eye patches. In the event that you do get lonely and you want company.
Yeah.
Or because we know and we understand what's going on, we can always come visit if you need company and need folks to talk to.
Yeah.
DM Jess, I saw that your mouth moved, but I couldn't hear anything.
Sorry. You would do that for me, knowing the risks?
I mean, it's only dangerous if people don't respect your boundaries and don't listen to you.
I mean, or she looks at them. But
That comes with not listening to her or respecting her boundaries.
Because the way you turn people to stones, by making eye contact with them, right?
Yes.
Does it happen by? Well, I'm assuming it would have already happened by proxy, since we're looking at you through the shield and we're not in stone. So
through the shield or mirror is fine for you.
So that's something that we know and we can help. Is like, do I know, or do we know that Axelholm's like going towards mountains, or is it another low-lying area in a valley?
I see where it is.
That is a great question.
Because I
It's
think
a small, desolate village with an ancient barrow.
barrows sound like hills.
Sounds like hills.
not a mountain. Well, because basically Euphoria was going to offer that we escort her, like, to her new home and make sure she's situated. That way, like, if she runs into travelers on the road, she doesn't accidentally make more statues.
Got it.
That was basically where my question was going.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. It's a fair question.
But yeah, we'll do that for you, and maybe we can look into other ways that will preserve your sight, but it doesn't necessarily turn people to stone. Technology is a great thing, and not even gods can count for the ingenuity of people.
Yeah, people are really, really stubborn. You'd be surprised.
We need to get her like those bicycle helmets with the side view mirrors, but it's like double mirrors. So she can
Get
look
a pair of
forward.
polarized specs.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So that's all well and good for now. I look forward to seeing you, but I'm still in a cave where I will murder everyone on the outside, and the snakes start writhing around her head.
I mean,
and some of them begin to hiss.
I'm gonna grab the edge of my skirt and rip off a piece of fabric.
Okay.
And like, based on where the mirror is, I'm going to like offer it to her and say, you don't have to hurt people. We can do some things that'll prevent you from hurting people, and then we'll move you out of here. You don't have to stay here.
If you have trouble tying it around your head, I'll come back and help you with it.
No. I'm trusting you to lead me out of here.
We will. You have our word.
And she takes the ribbon, and some of the snakes take either side of it.
Aw, snakies.
Aww.
And twist around.
Little hair helpers.
Hold it in place.
Thank you, Danger Noodles.
So Euphoria's gonna walk up to her and say, I'm in front of you now. Is it alright if I take your hand?
She sighs and says, no one's held my hand in so long.
Aw.
She reaches out to you.
I will gladly take her hand and I'll just give it a squeeze.
All right. Get me the fuck out of this cave.
That's
Look
the
at
play.
you. Yeah, you're doing great. And then we start walking.
Okay. Is there anywhere else you would like to go in the cave besides the places you already went?
My completionist brain, to toggle back over to the map, is bothered by the unexplored areas 3, 4, and 5.
Also keep in mind, Euphoria has like 14 hit points.
I have 15 hit points, excuse you. I need every last one of them.
I mean, does the Medusa know anything about, like, what's in the cave? Like, could she tell us what's down that way?
She could, in fact.
Is it worth retrieving?
Well, near the entrance, there's quite a few statues there from people who came in at one point. There's... And she pauses for a minute and says, there's a lot of statues. There's a lot of them. And some rats. Little squeaky rats. And more people came to bother me, and I built another wall to keep them away. Might be some of their items there, but it's long gone. Well, it's very old. But the wall was supposed to keep people out, but you know, rats get through.
All right.
Rats and people, the two most persistent forces on this world.
So, based on that, it seems like we're all right to just leave.
Yeah, we missed a swarm of rats.
Ugh.
I'm not playing Tom and Jerry today, we're leaving.
Yeah.
So it is still dark when you leave, but it is starting to become sunrise.
See,
It's
it was
starting
part
to
of the
become
plan.
Sunrise. What the fuck, Jess? You can see light. It is no longer the darkest part of the night.
It was all part of the plan. Fewer people will be out right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I thought part of the thing was we were going to try to get her to talk down the townsfolk.
She
If she
didn't
wants
seem
to.
super into that.
Yeah, she's not into it. We can just be like, oh, she's gone mysteriously. Ah.
Guess you all also have to leave.
Yeah.
Because Poseidon's an asswipe. Ah.
So as you leave the cave, and only one of you has to do this, give me a stealth check, please.
I'll do it.
I'm not good at that.
I'm good at that.
I will assist you, just in case.
Okay, yeah, that's actually probably a wise choice. 16.
There we go.
Okay.
That's better.
It's a good thing it's not the day yet. So you have gotten out of the cave, and you walk past the mayor's house. You see a couple, as you walk past another house, as you pass the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
The Medusa is still holding your hand and squeezes it tighter.
Mm-hmm.
She's not saying anything. She's trying to be sneaky.
Yep. I just squeeze it back.
And you start to see as you're walking through, there's about 100 houses here, some fisher folk. The word is just fishers. I always want to call them fisher people. Folks who fish.
Fishermen. Yeah.
Fish folk. Innsmouth.
No, not Innsmouth people.
Okay.
Non-gendered people of fishing.
Of the fish kind.
Coming out of their houses. So I would like you all to give me another stealth check, please.
Okay. Is it a group or
it is just a group?
Me? Okay.
You
right.
can
I will do it
again.
Okay, I'll aid you again.
Yeah.
How are you aiding her?
I'd like to imagine that I have I've taken off one of my outer layers and have it around the Medusa, so she looks like she's wearing normal clothes and isn't just I'm here.
Okay,
and then
I am your goddess.
Yeah, and then I will also take one of my scarves or bows and use it to cover some of her snake hair. So her snakes can still move, but they're not just flailing in the wind.
Okay, so you've given her kind of a kerchief.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now she just looks like a grandma with a babushka.
A grandma, if you will.
Yes.
I got a 20.
There
Okay.
we go.
So you get through this area of houses, and you also pass the next few sections of shops as well. She squeezes your hand a little tighter and whispers, I didn't think we'd make it this far. This is bigger than I thought.
It's alright.
You reach another section of houses, and up ahead you see the crossroads and the big stone wall.
Okay.
I would like you to give me one last stealth check.
Okay. Do I still have aid?
Yeah, for this one I'll aid you because I'll kind of act as if we're in the middle of a conversation so people won't just come up and approach us.
That's a 22.
Sweet. Adara, what are you doing during all of this?
I mean, Adara's competent at sneaking on her own, so she might be kind of traveling alongside so she can intercept people who are heading their direction.
Okay. Cool. So with that, you get on the other side of the wall, and a little bit down the road, you are free and clear.
Yay!
Yay!
Are you gonna take her blindfold off or leave it on?
We're going to...
I'm gonna ask her what she wants.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, what she feels more comfortable with. Yeah, do you want to take off your blindfold now and look, or do you want us to keep it on for now?
I think I'd like to take a look.
Yeah, okay, then we can take it.
See the sun, but I don't want to hurt you.
We'll tell you where we're standing, so you can close your eyes, and we'll take your blindfold off, and then you can look around without looking at us.
She pulls it off and just gasps as the sun starts to rise. It's so beautiful. Oh, the colors. Thank you. And she turns instinctively to look at you before covering her eyes really quickly.
Well, it's if we make eye contact, so I'm gonna have my eyes closed, so I'm not looking at her.
Yeah, we can just stay on her arm, and that's a totally different thing.
I'm looking back at the town in case somebody decides to follow us out here.
Oh yeah, can we move to a tree line or something so we've got cover?
Yeah.
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 And she says, thank you. I don't have much, but what I have is in the cave. And I want you to have this. And she gives you the reflective shield that that she had somehow carried with her this whole time.
Just like in her back pocket.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you know,
Collapsible
strapped to
shield.
her back. It is
Captain America.
faintly glowing and has the name Perseus inscribed on it.
What does it do?
It gives you +1 to AC and can be used as a reflective surface.
You just gotta strap 2 of these babies to a bicycle.
So I already have a shield I'm using if somebody else wants this one. Otherwise, I'll hang on to it.
I want to say give it to Euphoria because Euphoria's got lower hit points than me.
Can you wear a shield?
Is it how
I guess
big is
anybody
it?
can wear a shield.
I mean, it's an armor proficiency, so if you're proficient in shields, you can wear it.
I don't know what it's considered. I think I don't know if it's light armor. I'd have to check.
It's
I
shields.
think it's shield.
Yeah.
Shield.
I do not have proficiency in shield, so I guess I can take time to learn how to
Shield.
use a shield.
Yeah. So while we're out here, what I would like to do is I would like to take the shell out from my bag that I took from her cave, and I would like to move towards her and hand it to her and like put it in her hands and like stare at her hands the whole time, so I'm not like looking her dead in the eyes, and go like, this will be a good reminder of where you came from and where you're going. You don't always have to look at it to know that it's beautiful, and you know that there can be things that come out of this that are not bad. The world is scary, and it'll be okay for you. And I'm gonna give that to her, and then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my necklace, my amulet of proof against detection and location, and give that to her. I'm going to say, so this will keep you from being found again, so you can live your life wherever you go.
She starts to cry. Just says, thank you. I've been given so many gifts, but this is what I need.
I will not look up into her eyes, and I will just give her a hug.
She will hug you back.
Yay! Take my hugs, snake lady.
She feels weirdly cold.
Oh, that's fine. It's fine.
But isn't she warming up? She's in the sun now.
She is starting to warm now that she is in the sun.
Yay!
And then she runs off into the trees.
Good luck!
Oh.
Unless there was something you wanted to say.
Oh, no. So, I guess Euphoria will just say, we'll look for you in the mountains if we happen to be around, and when we find you, we'll find you.
Just this, I hope you don't, but I wouldn't mind the company.
Yay!
Enjoy being far from water.
Respect
Then
yourself, good luck!
She runs off into the sunrise.
Yeah.
You start to hear some noises coming from inside the Madeira walls.
All right, time to go back and deal with this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Can we just pretend that she just left in the middle of the night?
I mean, didn't she? And then Euphoria's smile just is as from ear to ear.
I'm like, I don't know, I'm stupid. Yeah.
I mean, she did, but are we just pretending that we had nothing to do with it? Is that where this is going?
Subtlety is not your strong suit, is it, the dog?
I figured I'd
gods
ask out
do
loud.
what they want, and we could just say that the town got complacent in taking her for granted that she was always going to be here and provide for them, and that she's not here anymore.
All right.
Going to tell the town they need to leave.
Yep.
Yep. Because if they stay here, they're gonna die out, just like their crops.
Yep.
how would you like to go about that?
What, like, is the hubbub in the town?
Or-
Is it just people waking up, or like...
People waking up, starting
Okay.
to go about their day.
Oh, thank you for
Oh my
the
gosh, thank you for reading. Hi.
raid. I'm sorry you're catching this at the end of this.
We're
It's okay.
finishing up Lost Gods by Natalie Wells.
That means Jess has time to figure out how to do a raid at the end of this stream.
Yay! Thank you for coming, guys.
Hey.
Yeah, or do we want to put a little bit more of the truth into it and just say that another god cursed the land? Or no, because then they'll try to find her. And we
Yeah.
don't need that.
I mean, I get that it would be, you know, upsetting to hear, but I'm unclear on why we can't tell them the truth.
Because they're gonna go after her
Well,
and
because
try
they,
to
yeah.
worship her again.
Yeah, well, they didn't want to take it from me when I touched their freaking creepy wall and told them it was made of people. So, I feel like lying to them is a kindness to everybody involved.
That
All
they're
right.
kind of dumb, so they'll take it.
I mean, we just found out that a deity compelled them, but sure.
I mean, again, we can tell them that a deity compelled their ancestors to be here, but
could
I don't know how much of it they're going to take in stride, really.
Yeah.
We could
That's-
say that we received a message from the Medusa that told them that they need to leave before something comes to the land, because she trusts them that they're capable enough to take care of themselves and not rely on her anymore.
All right.
That's good. You can roll with that.
Because if we just say, "Oh, she's gone," they're gonna be like, "Where did she go? What did you do?"
We should also check the cave for, you know, her stuff. That's now our stuff, but also like things to fix all the people who were turned into statues.
Yeah.
Yes, probably.
Don't laugh at me, DM Jess. We have permission to loot.
We did.
We
We do
received
have permission.
we
to
received looting consent.
leave. Okay, so are you going back to the cave first? Or
Yeah.
are you telling the man
Yeah.
she's gone first?
No, we should go to the cave first, because if we tell everyone she's gone, then they're all gonna go in the cave.
Okay.
And also, if we go into the cave beforehand and then come out and be like, "Oh, she's gone," they're gonna be like, "Yeah, that's kind of weird."
I also think that maybe we should bar the cave so nobody goes. None of the well-meaning townsfolk go in and knock over their neighbors and smash them to bits, because that would defeat the purpose of, you know, gathering a portion of the coin to buy the diamonds to bring them back with.
That's
So,
true.
Yeah, they could just make it like a resurrection shrine. Like, look at what we can do now.
Hmm.
Okay. Cool. So you're going to the cave first.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
All right. You get some confused looks walking back into the town. But otherwise, you walk undisturbed to the cave entrance. You see that same bag with 10 gold pieces is there at the statue at the entrance.
mhm.
And do you want to explore the unexplored places, or would you like to just go back to the place where she was living?
Do we want to fight a swarm of rats? That's what you're asking.
Yeah. I think we're gonna avoid the rats.
Yeah, I don't want to start another combat.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you think it's just one?
I don't
No,
want to
it's a
start more than one
Aw,
combat.
we're not doing another snake pit fight.
Okay.
Screw
So
it.
going back to her, the place where she was living, you see a couple other bags of about 10 gold pieces each, handmade doll with hair that is green and woven and has little like red tongues at the end of each woven thing.
Oh.
That's kind of cute.
You see a lute. Actually, a lute and a dulcimer are in here.
Aw.
A couple small bags of gems. A few loaves of bread. A bushel of rotted apples. A dagger. And several poems and songs dedicated to the Medusa.
Aw.
As well as another silver shield. This one is not mirrored. It is just
Aw,
silver
we could
shield.
have finished our bike helmet. Damn it.
Aw. So in total, how much is all the like gold and gem stuff?
I'd say like it's worth is 120 gold.
Okay.
That
Record
is
that
like
for the group later.
1/10 of a diamond.
And as you're digging around, you find a few more dolls that are also made to look like the Medusa in various like action poses.
Cute.
Aw. I just kind of want to like put them all in a pile together so they're not lonely.
You also find a few dolls that look like fish.
Fish.
Yep. Nope. Euphoria would burn the fish ones. The dolls that look like fish. Just because it's
offensive.
it's a reminder of Poseidon. She's like, fuck that guy.
Not all men, but fuck that one in particular.
Yeah.
Not all men, but that man for sure.
Definitely that man.
Most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we just sort of grab some stuff and are like, dang, this will pay for 1/10 of one restoration.
Yep.
Euphoria, give me an Arcana check.
Mm-hmm.
Break them bonds.
Oh, I rolled a 5.
Okay, yep. Seems like the diamond is what you need.
May I also, I know I don't have magic, but Idara has canonically gone to school.
Have you gone to Hogwarts? School of Witchcraft? And
She
Music?
grew up in a family of like magic people. Like,
That's fair.
I don't have a great bonus, but it is a +2.
Yeah, sure. Give me an Arcana
Dang.
check.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
thank you.
why not?
You have some magic people in your family.
I
Of
do.
course, I got a 5. This is the one time my die rolled that.
I got a 13.
Okay.
Better than
So
both
you
the
know
magic
you don't
users.
need a whole diamond to bring these people back. You would need a greater restoration spell that just requires diamond dust.
How many dollars worth?
100 gold.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Man, that's nice.
So we got enough.
Yeah.
For
Yay.
one person.
I mean,
All
you
right,
could
we
just
got enough for one person.
choose wisely, town.
There are 55 people in here. Cast
Um,
votes, pick your favorite.
They got
Cast your votes now. Who's getting voted out of the cave?
Well, but we can at least
Pick
like
your
tell the
friend.
town that like we have enough money for one of the greater restorations and like we know how they can solve like everyone else's
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm.
I think what I'm gonna do too is if Euphoria is burning those fish dolls, I'm gonna pick up all the poems and stuff and I'm gonna burn them too.
All
'Cause,
of
like,
the fish dolls?
well, if Euphoria is burning the fish dolls, I'm gonna take the poems and stuff and I'm gonna burn them too.
Oh,
No,
okay.
don't burn the poems. Euphoria's gonna
want them?
preserve the poems.
You want them? Okay, then I'll give them to you.
Yes.
But if there are any ones that are just like, oh, please, goddess, I'm gonna be like, burn them.
I found some very cool Medusa poems that I can put on our Patreon later, actually.
Nice.
Yay! But yeah, I just
Alright.
wanna, like, put all
So
the
after the
dolls in
ritualistic burnings,
Gosh.
Mhm.
Cook the fish.
Cook the fish.
you come out of the cave and see Mayor Renata standing there waiting for you, beaming when she sees you coming out.
Good morning.
Temper
made
your
it.
expectations.
You survive, and she gets down on her knees You
No,
survived
no.
the goddess's trials.
This doesn't feel
no.
tempered.
No, none of
No.
that, none of that,
Nope.
none of that.
Please stand up.
Stand up.
This is going to be part of your payment. I decided that this is what we're going to take as payment. So please stand up.
She's if standing will please the goddess is chosen. Yes, I will. Okay.
Okay, we're also gonna stop the goddess talk. Because nope, part of our payment is you're going to listen. And you're going to heed the words that we're saying to you.
I'm leaning over before you and I'm like, are we still gonna tell them that they should move because the goddess told us?
Oh yeah, that's right. That was the plan, wasn't it? Just
Idara's like Genie in the background, like, tell her the truth!
What did the Medusa say?
Yeah, you can say it.
What
you
did
can
she
say
say to you?
Okay, so like, all right, out of character, should we just tell them the truth then? If this is going to be our payment from the town,
But also, like, are they gonna go after her again? Like, yeah!
I don't
We can
know
make
why they
them-
would. I don't think it makes any sense that they would go after her again if the truth we have learned is that she was like a regular Gorgon person, and then
she's a
Poseidon
regular person.
Poseidon was like, all right, if you won't date me, then I'm gonna make your life hell, and tricked everyone into thinking she was a goddess, and then like the time limit on that prank wore out. So like, why would they follow her?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you guys can do whatever you want. I'm not gonna stop you.
All right, are you sure? That doesn't sound super convincing.
Honestly, Ophelia doesn't care either because at this point, like, the Medusa's found peace, people inside the cave are going to be taken care of, so, like, you don't have to worry about, like, dead people just chilling in a cave.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at this point, Ophelia's like, as long as, like, she's safe at the end of the day and the people are taken care of, like, I don't care how this goes.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, we're never coming back to this town. Diplomacy is wasted on me.
Yeah, I think Idara's stance is like, I still don't get why we would opt to lie to them, although the argument that like they might just like not believe that they were tricked is like a valid one. So the route of massaging the truth so that they leave anyway, like, can make sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Ophelia's just like, I don't know.
All right. Yeah. Well, because like the other concern is like there might have been a time limit on the land condition, like being bountiful and stuff, but there might be still like a never-ending condition on the people and their descendants, that they just have to go after her anyways because they're still being compelled by Poseidon. But if we don't think that's going to be a problem, then
Poseidon, fuck off.
Yep. Then I'll just go for it and we'll tell her the truth. And say that, like, as part of our payment, she will stop the town will stop referring to Medusa as a goddess because she was never that. She was put in a position that, frankly, she should have never been in the first place, and the townsfolk need to find somewhere new to live, and that's the long and short of it.
That's the tea.
Might drop some seeds that like they should not seek out the mountains.
I mean,
be like, you should go to fertile land, like near water.
I mean, like, even if they do try to go after her,
that's actually smart.
She is safe though because she has my amulet of detection, like prevention against detection and location, so they can't like find her through magic.
So at that, Cassandra is super, super relieved that the gods are not mad at her personally.
Yeah.
That she did not fuck up so bad that the whole town died.
Oh, yeah.
So it will be hard to get the town to leave. We've been here for a century and it's been good to us, but it's not a punishment. It's
a new opportunity.
Second chance.
Are you in politics?
No, but I should be.
I'm gonna use that. I'll use that. Thank you. I think we can get a new start. We can keep fishing and farming. I can reach out to my allies. There's fertile land elsewhere. Not Axelholm. That place is falling apart. But
Good. Sorry, that's where we're heading next. Carry on.
Oh, they could use your help.
Great.
But
They're falling apart. You should go.
but something with the barrows. But
Fuck. All right.
but nearby in Evergleam, and we might be able to eke out a living again. Thank you. I'm sorry that I don't have any gold to offer you. I know that's token for adventures. I paid the other people up front and they didn't come back. Did you find them?
They're still in there.
Yeah.
Are they?
They're in statues, and whatever gold that your town makes up, you'll have to spend that bringing back the people that you sent into the cave. That's also going to be part of.
That can be our payment. Take the money that you would have given us and use it to get your people back.
You're very generous mercenaries.
I mean, did we ever say we were mercenaries? That kind of has a harsh connotation.
The generosity comes and goes depending on the day.
Yep.
Thank you. I'm so grateful that you passed through her town and that Tarragon sent you my way.
Don't forget to have your coffee with her today, so she doesn't still think you're missing.
I should do that. She tends to worry. Please.
Euphoria's just gonna lean in conspiratorially and go, I think she likes you. And then straightens back up.
She just looks at her. I'm 3 times her age.
MILF, mayor. The M is mayor.
I didn't realize that the bartender was that much younger.
Yes,
I thought she was older. I missed that. I missed that entirely. I would never said that. If I knew.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Yeah.
It's not incorrect.
It's still correct, but Euphoria delivers it as more of a heads up as opposed to like a you should go for it.
Like her father and I were friends.
Yeah, no, I would like to take that back. I thought she was older. I thought she was like, mid to late 30s. Like, yeah, no, okay, then no.
I mean, like,
No.
you know that she likes you. You don't have to act on it. You can just like know.
You can know and be like, cool, I'm having my coffee with a chaperone.
With my mom.
It's like I will have my coffee with my mayoral power.
Yeah. No,
And
that's a just pack bad. I had no.
Got it.
I goofed that.
Yeah. But like, take your mom, go get coffee, spend some time, have some fun, resurrect your people, get a hobby, get a new god.
Well, I don't know how quick we will be to find a new goddess, but I do thank you. I can't thank you enough, and I hope
I think
that we will get our people back.
Oh, like Euphoria is gonna just go, well, I think worshipping one that might have ties to agriculture might actually benefit your town a lot more. So, do your research.
Demeter.
It's like, Dari, you have that agriculture god shield.
Oh, I forgot it was an agriculture god.
She's like, but it's mine.
Yeah, this is my shield, but like remember this face on it. And then, maybe this one.
And walking the mayor to the Golden Goose Tavern to get her morning coffee is where we will end tonight's episode of Threeflings.
Yay!
We did it.
Stick around after the sign off for for DM Jess to figure out how to do a raid, and we'll send you somewhere else fun.
I will try to do that. It didn't work. I think I have to go out of mod to do commands. But this has been Lost Gods by Natalie Wallace from Uncaged Volume 1. Go check it out. We are the Threeflings. We are here every Friday at 8 p.m. And we love you so much. And we love that you join us on your Friday nights. And please support our Patreon. Nightbot's been yelling it at you all night, so you know where it is. I'm sure it'll show up again. But Ink can do that. Anyway,
I'm here for a reason.
if you're protesting, please be safe. And yeah, remember to like wash your hands and shower when you
Wear
get
a
home
mask.
because COVID is still a thing.
Stay
Yeah,
hydrated.
and take care of yourself. And we love you. And ACAB. And please, yeah, be safe. Take care. I'm Jess. You can find me at Miss_Jess03. And that's it. I'm going to introduce the rest of these Threeflings. So we will start with Idara.
I'm going to be playing Adara, and you can find me all over the internet at GwendyB. I am an illustrator, so I draw pictures. Find me on the Tweeter if you would like to see the pictures I have created. For example, I did art in the book behind Jess, the Book of Solstices, that you can find on Dion's Guild, and I just finished the cover for Jess Pack's Plant Primer book, so it'll be fun. And there's other things that I've been working on, and I don't know the titles that they're in off the top of my head. But if you find me on Twitter, we can all find out together.
Ophelia, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hi, my name is Ink. You can find me on Twitter at These Dead Pens. I'm usually shouting about something. Currently, it is Black Lives Matter and Pride Month. Never forget that the first Pride was a riot. It was helped started by a Black trans woman. We are so grateful to have you here, and thank you for hanging out with us. It was really fun tonight.
Lastly, not leastly, Euphoria. Who are you? Where can we find you?
Hi, I'm Jess Pack. You can find me at HealthPackStream on Twitter. I am a writer. Like Gwen said, I'm currently writing a system agnostic plant primer for GMs and facilitators at tables for folks who don't know about plants but want to use or need a helpful guide to describe the setting more, because when we go adventuring, we spend a lot of time traveling. I have also written 3 tier 4 modules for D&D. I have one in Book of Solstices, which is behind Jess. I have one in the sister book, Equinoxes, and I also have one in the first volume of Uncaged.
All right, friends, that is it for tonight. I'm going to try and figure out how to do a raid. But join us next week when we will finally go to the much talked up Axel home when we play The Demon's Heart by Masha Lapierre. Yeah.
Ooh, I like the name of it because we're tieflings.
As a tief,
Yes.
I am intrigued.
This is very thematic, on brand,
also-
aesthetic.
From Uncaged Volume 1. So we hope to see you there. And we love you so much. Be safe this weekend. We will see you in a week.
Thank you for coming, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.